I'll do introductions and announcements.
Mm-hmm.
The hotel is full of geriatric bridge players this week.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
They are the meanest people.
This is the best
Is
way
it-
to start a stream ever. Continue this
Meanest
conversation.
people. Oh,
Is it
and
the
they
bridge
all
playing
smoke.
that makes them mean?
No, general.
Ooh.
They're just. I mean, it's more than the "get off my lawn, you whippersnapper." So San Francisco, we have a smoking area, and they're smoking everywhere. So hey guys, I'm sorry, the smoking area is over there. If you don't mind. Oh, why are you moving us? Because this is not the smoking area, sir. So it's just right over there. The smoke drifts inside. Who's complaining? Non-smokers. Oh yeah, it's non-smokers. Move.
My grandmother was in the hospital getting yelled at by nurses because she would sneak off to smoke on hospital grounds. So I understand. There are laws about that.
Oh, Paige, I love your Moltres shirt, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Team Valor shirt.
Yeah, Team Valor!
Back when Pokemon Go started, I made this shirt myself because there was no Team Valor merch at the time.
Oh,
Yeah, so I printed
Silly
off the
Valor people.
design, had it printed onto some iron-on adhesive, cut it out, and then just ironed it on. It's got the wear and tear going because it's got like the cracked look now.
Oh yeah.
That makes it look cooler though. I'm just like totally touching my boobs on camera.
Mid-stream.
mostly out of sight.
I was kind of enjoying the show, but you do you.
All of a sudden we jump up 3 viewers.
Yeah.
Well, we have 1 viewer.
Team Valor is what? Yellow?
Red.
No, Instinct.
Oh,
I'm Instinct.
because
Yeah,
Yellow.
Instinct is.
Oh, you're a mystic.
I never
Shun.
Yeah, I love how it's basically the Slytherin, Gryffindor, Hufflepuffs in the corner like, let's be friends, let's be friends.
But there's no Ravenclaw.
There's no Ravenclaw.
We don't need smart people here.
Plot twist: Team Rocket is actually Ravenclaw.
Oh fuck, that explains so much.
Oh,
Ravenclaw secretly wants to take over.
Really?
Excuse me.
What the hell was that?
It was a yawn.
That was not a yawn.
It was a
That was
yawn.
real.
that was a call to the Death Eater, man.
I mean, I have a Death Eater wand somewhere. Where the fuck is it?
I was gonna say I have Lucius.
I have a Death Eater wand. I got this when Walmart came out with the Harry Potter toys and the wands. This is the first one I got, and then I got Neville Longbottoms. I need to go get a third one. And then my actual cosplay wand, I have it somewhere, is Bellatrix Lestrange's. It's somewhere in this mess of an apartment.
that's her name, Bellatrix. Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
We have somebody who started working at the hotel whose last name is Lestrange.
Ooh.
All right.
Lestrange. Hey everybody who's showing up. We're waiting for B-Dubs to get back, and then we're gonna do some announcements, then get into playing. Also, just a guesstimation of how long we want to go tonight, because last time we went really long.
I do have to work at 8 a.m. tomorrow.
Ooh.
So, maybe 3 hours, 4 hours max.
Yeah, like 10:30 should be cut off.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, yours.
So
10:30.
that's
I
like,
was like
that's like
10:30.
2.5 hours.
10:30 for you. Yes.
Oh, I should probably actually pull out my notebook. I got everything prepared but my notebook.
Notes! Who takes notes? I don't.
For this campaign, I take notes, which doesn't make much sense because this one we
It's live
record.
streamed.
So this one, if I get lost, I go back and watch other videos. The one that we have on Sundays, we'll be almost done and I'll be like, oh shit, wait, and then start writing things down.
Yeah. I need to take actual notes during that one, like legitimately.
I have been really bad about taking notes in that campaign.
So good though.
All right,
Oh,
P-Dubs is
Brian's
back.
back.
So
Yeah.
we got 2 whole viewers so far. JM Kitsune and AJX Auditor is here. Welcome everybody to Gym Kingdom Chronicles. I am the host, turn to page 394, here with Sarah, Bethany, Bridget, Brian, and B-Dubs. And tonight is episode 7 of Gym Kingdom Chronicles. We started this campaign back a couple months ago when we had to put Out of the Abyss on hiatus. And we've been playing 7 whole sessions so far.
Yeah.
And each session from now on is going to be uploaded to my YouTube. So episode 7 should hopefully be uploaded tomorrow night. On my YouTube, turn to page 394. I should have a link down below. So if you come in towards the tail end of tonight's stream and you're like, oh shit, I missed half the stream, it's going to be uploaded onto YouTube tomorrow night. And we've got some great news. We will be streaming another campaign here on this channel. Remember that Out of the Abyss campaign I brought up? We are officially coming out of hiatus for that. Bridget just finished up school for the semester, so we're going to start playing again. That will be DM'd by our friend Dom. He's the one who runs the Out of the Abyss campaign, and it will be streamed here on my Twitch channel. And we're sort of in the middle of that campaign, so we'll have to do a little bit of catch-up for that first stream, so all of y'all will know what's going on. And then we will also be uploading that to YouTube as well.
And we'll probably need, like, just the party will probably need a recap of, like, where the fuck are we?
Yeah. Last time we played, we were just in a lair of serial killer, as far as I remember.
We had just beaten him.
Yeah.
Okay, no, we didn't beat shit.
Well, sorry.
Yeah.
Kelsey's
That's
demon had just
That's
beaten
a spoiler alert right there.
him.
They're gonna have to wait.
Cade.
The viewers are gonna have to wait until our first stream for Out of the Abyss to know exactly what the fuck happened, but it was hell.
Okay, so we're all zombies and
Yeah.
Don't
And-
spoil it now.
And just a fair warning to my viewers, Out of the Abyss is completely different from Gym Kingdom Chronicles. It is much more sadistic and much darker. So there will probably be a viewer discretion advised at the beginning of every Out of the Abyss episode, because Dom is a sadist. That's all I'm gonna say.
So-
He's sadistic
also good.
as fuck.
Yeah. Also good to mention that
great
this is an
DM. He's also-
NSFW campaign.
Yes,
most
it
of the
is.
time.
Well, both of these are NSFW campaigns, but this
NSFW.
one's more on the lighter side. Out of the Abyss, oh, that should be like rated NC-17.
At least.
At least. Other than that, not many other announcements. Just also every Tuesday, usually me, Bethany, and B-Dubs will be doing D&D talks. I've had a couple people reach out to me saying that they want to join in on it as well. I'm gonna get some details on that. And I've also reached out to my D&D Discord if anybody ever wants to be a part of it, to just talk to me and I can get them hooked up on being on stream with us. But yeah, every Tuesday we talk Dungeons and Dragons, we talk about character alignment, representation in D&D, upcoming campaigns that we want to play in, and we might even do like a crafting night where we'll just like be doing our own little arts and crafts while we talk Dungeons and Dragons.
I have a
I don't know if I'll be able to start joining that constantly, but right now I'm not there.
Yeah, we
Soon.
understand, honey. Right, does
January.
anybody have any other announcements before we get to rolling the dice?
Sure. So there's a D&D store down by my work, and when I was doing my last, I don't know if I had already mentioned this, just tell me to stop talking. There was someone who was there from that store who was doing a Pokemon club for kids at my work. I work at a library, for people who don't know, and I teach D&D there. Well, he didn't have a lot of kids show up for his Pokemon session, so he sat in on my session. And he actually asked me if I would be willing to DM a session at his store.
Awesome!
Really, really cool.
I'm excited for that.
Exciting.
Get it, get it, get it.
That is awesome.
That's all I got. I come up with anything yet, but I'm excited for it.
Yay! Well, you have a huge group of DMs here, so if you need like any tips, we've got you covered, honey.
Awesome.
Not an idea.
AJX, the D&D Discord is a private Discord for me and my friends, so unfortunately it is not open to the public. I hope to open it to the public further down the road, but there's just an issue of minors being part of Discord channels and stuff that I'm trying to tackle, and I don't want to, like, get sacked for legal shit if a 13-year-old joins and it's mostly adults in the Discord server. So right now it's only closed to my friends, and I'm also teaching some people how to play D&D, so it's kind of hectic. Also very dead. I apologize for that. But maybe down the road I will open up the Discord server for other people to join. It's just figuring out how to keep the kiddos from joining.
Pesky kiddos.
Potatoes?
Yeah, I don't discriminate against potatoes, I discriminate against kids. I'm not meant to be a mother. Man,
Well, you're a witch mom. That's
I'm
about all we need.
I'm witch mom.
Yep.
Which people, like, literally think I am a witch who is a mom, and they want to learn from me, and I'm just like, I'm a baby witch! Witch mom was just a nickname my fans gave me.
Stepmom of
Yeah.
the witches.
I am the witch wine aunt, actually. I don't know
There we
Yeah.
go.
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but somehow it works.
Oh, I
Appropriate.
forgot to mention something else, and I don't know why I forgot to mention this because I've been excited about this all week. So there was a video that I saw on TikTok of a girl who applied for a plus-size modeling agency, and they accepted her. So I applied, and I got accepted.
I'm so excited! That's really cool.
Fantastic.
I haven't like accepted myself because I have to read through the terms. It's not just something you like, oh yeah, no, just skip this through. This is technically a career that I would hopefully be making something out of, and I want to do it right. I don't want to have to be liable for things I'm not fond of doing.
Yeah.
So I have to read through the terms and stuff like that before I okay it.
Okay. Well, keep us updated on that, honey.
That's really cool.
And if you do like any photo shoots, I want prints.
Oh no.
I will throw all the money your way.
Pay for those prints.
Yes!
Well, I know a couple of people who are photographers. It's just now I know Sarah's a photographer, and this isn't a hit on Sarah at all. But it's like the people that I know that are photographers, they're personal photographers. Like you, they're not like, you know, you don't go to J.C. Penney's for them. But like their logos are so obnoxious and huge that they take up like if I'm the picture, they take up like this much space of the picture.
That's annoying. No, they can't. They're not going to adjust your watermark. Their watermark for you.
No.
That's frustrating. Like I understand wanting to watermark the work so it can't be like taken, but also like, bruh. Bruh.
There's
So
a balance.
I'm trying to talk to
Seriously.
some people who are like up and like trying to like start a photography business, because usually they don't have that watermark logo going on yet. So I'm gonna see what I can do there.
Speaking of photography, I have only one announcement, and that is I am in the process of putting together a Society 6 shop where any of my artistic prints can be purchased on clocks and canvases and blankets and
That's
phone cases and stuff like that. So as soon as it's actually up and running, I will let everybody know.
Yay! I'm going to buy so much shit.
Please do. I'm also considering getting an Etsy, but I haven't gotten that far yet. I'm taking baby step move in my life as I'm leaving childcare for the first time in 10 years and
Oof.
strictly living off of photography.
Ooh.
Well, if you're ever in my neighborhood, we go and take pictures.
Absolutely. When am I ever getting to your neighborhood? I don't know.
I mean,
Ditto for San
When
Francisco.
the spring thaws come.
Catch
I'm
me
gonna have so much
packing.
time on my hand. Road trip.
Catch me catch me packing up like 5 cosplays and just road tripping up to Sarah. Like, we're gonna do a photo session, bitch.
Hell yeah!
Hell yes.
Girl,
I'll just hear this knock on my door.
I just knocked on your door. I'm in full Krara cosplay, like, photo time!
I would totally do it. I know the best places. You
Yes!
don't understand. I am actually adding cosplay photography to my shop.
Yay!
I was chatting with, I had gone to the Renaissance Fair this year, and I saw some really awesome Critical Role cosplayers, and I snapped a photo just for the hell of it. I'm flipping through TikTok, and guess who shows up on my For You page? The guy who did Percy. I was like, oh, no shit, you're really familiar. Are you the same person? And he's like, yeah. I said, sweet, I'm sending you the picture. And he's like, cool, my friends want to start doing cosplay photography. I said, when you're ready, tell me. So, yep. I'm it's one of those really small world, but amazing opportunity moments.
Yay! Awesome. I'm excited. I'm excited for everybody. Everybody's getting stuff done.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I'm getting all my medical shit sorted out with work. I got my health savings plan up and running, so I can use it for appointments.
Oh, good.
What adulting looks like, people.
I am signing up for a retirement plan too.
Just make sure you stay at that job.
Yeah.
Well, because like when it's a 401k plan.
I have no idea what it is. I'll have to contact Boya sometime this weekend to get some paperwork started, and then they're sending it to my job.
Gotcha. If it's a 401k plan and you change jobs, make sure just to transfer it to the other 401k plan. Do not make them give you a check. You'll be taxed immensely on that shit.
Yes.
Good to know. I plan on not quitting anytime soon.
Well, no, if you get another job where they're able to do a 401k and you quit that job for that job, make sure that you're able to transfer your 401k to their program.
Gotcha.
There's fees for trying to take the money early is what it's considered.
Yeah, otherwise just make a 401k at your bank that you bank at and then just transfer it there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So there's easier ways to go around it. There's cheats in the world.
Adulting.
We don't want to adult right now, though. We want to slay some dungeons and seduce some dragons.
Let's play.
For the record, that is still adulting.
That's fantasy adulting.
All of a sudden, we have to fill out our W-9s, our W-2s, and
y'all thought this was D&D? No, we're teaching you how to do your taxes tonight.
Tax prep 101, son.
Tax season is coming up. Get ready to sign your W-2s.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you're an independent contractor, in which case, good luck.
In which case, good fucking luck.
Thanks, guys. I'm about to do that with my life.
Always keep it checked.
But you're gonna do great. You'll be fine.
We're all gonna fail.
Always keep a checkbook as an independent business owner so that you can write it off on TurboTax. That's what I've actually been doing with my Teespring store, keeping track of all the money I make so I can make sure I put it in correctly for TurboTax.
Also, make sure your business is under an LLC, so if anything should happen, you personally are not liable.
Yes, yeah, I'm working on getting my LLC now. I'm in the process of the paperwork.
Yay!
For anybody who doesn't know this stuff, degrees help.
You have any more questions? Ask Bridget.
Huh?
Any more questions? Just ask Bridget.
No.
Well, you're the one with the knowledge.
Well,
It's a
no,
trap.
this is my second last semester. I have been going to college since I was 17.
Ooh,
I have at least taken 1 to 3 classes every semester since I have been 17. I have yet to have a degree in anything because I couldn't do what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Or because I switched colleges and they don't accept the stuff I have. So
yeah, I know both of those pains.
yeah, so
On
I'm
my
finally
college?
able to get a technical diploma. It's not even an associate's degree. It's a step below it in small business entrepreneurship. And I will be getting that degree hopefully this coming May.
Check.
But it's worthless, except it gives me knowledge on minuscule business things because you technically don't need a degree in order to run your own business. I just wanted the knowledge so I know things.
If you are concerned with getting a degree, check with Wilmington University. They take more credits than most schools. That's the place I'm going to now, and I'm now considered a sophomore, but they've taken the majority of my credits.
I've gone from one university. I went from Parkside University, which is in the UW system, to UW Milwaukee. They are both in the UW system, and UW Milwaukee did not accept some of my stuff from Parkside.
That's really annoying.
That's really weird.
It sucked immensely. And now the technical school that I go to now is telling me I need to take English Composition 1, when at UW Milwaukee I took English Composition 2 because I tested out of English Composition 1. And they're like, oh yeah, you need to take English Comp 1 to graduate. And I'm like, no, I have taken English Composition 2. I have surpassed your class. Ergo, your class is minuscule and I don't need to take it. And they're like,
give me the credits now.
yeah, so they're mad at me and they just want my money. But
Yeah,
Yep.
I told them it's not happening, and I talked to my advisor, and she goes, "We'll make this work." And I'm like, "You better."
Yeah.
Mistake.
All right. Any
All
other
right.
announcements?
Sorry,
for
I have one
tonight?
more.
Oh, okay.
I have one more announcement. And that's in 2020. I have 2 D&D campaigns that will be starting. All of you have been invited. It looks like Tuesday and Saturday are going to be the days, but there's still time. And if you know anybody, you're welcome to invite them, but give them a heads up on what they're getting into, because we've had several people that were like, what is this group? What's happening? So just, let them be aware of what's the chaos that's about to ensue. 2020 is going to be a good year for D&D. We're going to have this campaign, Out of the Abyss, my other campaign, and then I'll probably stream at least one of the 2 campaigns. So more D&D in the the
I'm trying to convince a friend of mine to join your D&D group because he needs to be more social.
Yep.
And I'm still working on Jerome with no success.
I have a bunch of witchy friends that talked about a lot of D&D today, so I'll probably give them a heads up about your group as well.
Okay. Guest players are also welcome, so I'll probably have like a 10 of group people that play every week or 2 weeks, and then if there's too many people, I'll probably just alternate weeks on which people are in the campaign.
Okay.
It might be pretty easy for me to get guests. Maybe not long-term players, but one-offs. I might be able to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can ask around as well if anybody wants to guest star on one.
Feel free to cast prestidigitation on your friends.
Yeah.
We'll get going.
Alright. And if that's all the announcements, without further ado, let's dive into tonight's episode of Kingdom Chronicles.
Yeah.
Cue the intro, which we do not have!
Dun, dun,
Done!
Brian pulls out his phone and starts playing his favorite song from Alan Walker.
No. We just slam everyone with Wham's Last Christmas and make them lose Whamageddon. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. Okay, I started playing Whamageddon. I started playing Whamageddon, and first day I lost because of TikTok, because TikTok only has Wham's version of Last Christmas.
Yep.
I was like, fuck! Okay, I'm ready.
Does anybody want to give me a recap of last time?
I gave you all the feels.
It was so good.
Bridget, you have to give the recap.
Yeah.
We're so mature. We are adults. We're mature.
I can't even remember where last one started, so don't ask me.
So what happened was, we went to see the Queen. Me and Diren decided that it was better off that we did not go see the Queen. One, because my character is a big old orc, and Diren is a thief. And so no, that wasn't why. I don't know why Diren didn't go, honestly.
I'm enigmatic like that.
Huh?
I'm enigmatic like that.
Yeah, sure. Diren wanted to go get a job at a bar to get information, So I went with Deerin, and everyone else went to go see the queen. The queen looks like a cosplayer on TikTok.
Inoli cosplays.
Inoli cosplays.
Inoli cosplays? Yeah, Inoli
In-
cosplays.
Inoli.
She's beautiful.
I have her on it, and I'm like horrible with usernames. So yeah, she looks like her.
She's our headcanon queen.
Beautiful freaking woman, and she was purple, and she's beautiful, and I'm envious, and whatever. And so they talked to the queen, and it was the fuck happened.
The Flortma, Zinc, and Kra went to talk to the queen, and there was a possible thief or assailant that entered the palace the night prior.
Yes, and they were installing knights in shining armor.
Yeah.
That were attacked
as
knights
a security
in shining
system.
armor.
Well, yeah, I forgot exactly what they're called, but they're terrifying.
I wrote it down.
Helmed horrors.
Somewhere. Thank you.
Yeah, they're horrible.
Yeah, they were installing helmed horrors because someone had made an attempt on the queen's life. This person had a thing about the royalty is the royalty all have purple eyes. That is a signification of being royal. When the queen saw the attacker or assailant, she saw that they had cracked purple and black eyes. Yes. So she doesn't know what's going on there, but they did seem feminine or female. Was that determined?
Yes. First, she could tell if she thought girl or maybe very slender guy.
Okay. And then she did notice. Did she notice the lips at all, or no?
No.
No.
Oh.
The light just came across her eyes.
Just the eyes. Okay. And then she had talked to them, and they had said that there were issues going on in Rose. The town we were just in.
Yeah, Rose Quartz.
Rose Quartz.
Rose Quartz. I don't write stuff down. I'm trying to remember this guy.
It's okay. You're doing
No, it's
good.
good.
You're doing good, sweetie.
In the meantime, me with my ridiculous notes that's already that full, I'm just letting you go.
Yeah.
I feel embarrassed.
I'm sorry, you lost the dibs knot. Why is your notes all sketches?
Some
it's
people
not.
do better with pictographs.
It's just this is the cover, and then this is all of the notes I've taken. See all the notes. Oh,
that page is blank, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
Numerous.
Blank, isn't it?
No, actually, I had to transfer them.
Yeah. So they talked about seeing. They talked about going to Greenton, not Greenton.
Emerald.
Emerald. Yep.
They talked about going to
Amethyst.
Emerald because the queen had received information that something was going on in Emerald. So they are going to hop on a boat and go to Emerald. And I gave everyone the feels.
Oh yeah, there was a sweet, like, almost father-daughter moment between Dayrin and Sutha.
I asked why everyone hugs everyone, and we figured out how my village mates. And,
Yeah.
Kind of like praying mantis.
Oh man, I forgot about that.
I'm sorry, Bethany. I came up with that on the fly in the moment. I know we hadn't discussed that. I'm sorry.
It was great!
Fantastic.
And then-
I'm to the drunk 15-year-old now.
Oh, and I'm drunk.
Yeah. And lastly, Kra had her own little side quest. She met a merchant from her past. She checked in on her family in Black Opal and traded an emerald to be given back to her baby brother who lives in Black Opal, which Dayrin notices immediately that it's missing from her quiver because Kra never gives up her gemstones to anybody. And he automatically is, like, suspicious of her.
Suspicious!
He's suspicious of everyone. Don't take it personally.
Don't be suspicious.
I forgot to mention my notes on you guys personally. Each character has their own page.
There's just one for Kra. Crazy Pink Girl has a crush on me.
Yours is the most full. Cross page is half full, okay? And we can start it, okay?
would like to know what's written on my page.
Zink is getting there.
We request photographic evidence sent to the Facebook group.
Flortma? Nothing. I got nothing.
That's because Flortma didn't tell anybody anything.
We'll get there. We'll get it out of you.
These are my notes on you guys, but just the top part right there. So wait, Flortma, grouchy, male, high elf. Crawler loft, little tall, human, pretty.
Yeah, there's mine.
Darren, tall, male, elf. Sutha.
That's
so
all
tall.
I get?
Yeah. So tall. I just did
so tall. So tall. Well, hold on. So tall, female, green, half orc.
Green.
I was hoping for baby.
She is baby.
Baby.
When
Yeah,
I
thought...
make the Sutha cosplay, that will be my first one. I'm baby.
I'm so yes, 100%. You can help me with my makeup when I do Zink cosplay because it's gonna happen.
Nice.
2020.
Yes. I will just walk my happy ass over to San Francisco. We got it.
Group meetup. We're all
Maybe
in cosplay, and we go to Evermore Park in Utah.
Fuck yeah.
Yes, that's the fantasy park, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the fantasy park.
It is my dream to go there.
Yeah.
That sounds so awesome.
They give
I'm
you
starting right now.
actual
Bethany
flesh.
just walks around in a flowing cape.
I have one actually. I have a flowy black cape that I can give you.
Hello.
Oh, you have one too?
With black lipstick.
It's the inside of it. It's blue silk on the inside and it's black velvet on the outside.
Okay, that's what wins. That's the cape you're wearing.
And it's like 7 feet long.
If you
Even
please.
better.
Almost twice my length.
Yeah, it's like I got it for my 6 foot tall 12-year-old nephew. And like I felt so little.
A 12-year-old is
yelling up at people.
A 12-year-old is 6 feet tall. I'm 24 and I'm 5'4".
27 and 5'4".
You're both so
28 and
tiny.
5'3".
Shut up.
Your husband's like 9 feet tall.
I'm 5'7".
Your husband's like 9.
He's not my husband. He's my boyfriend.
Oh,
He's
boy,
basically your husband at this point.
And he's 6'9".
Jesus.
That's literally
69.
twice the whole foot.
You know it.
Yeah. Okay, we should
Now it's
probably
the
get
adult.
started before
We
we
should get
derail.
started.
We've
already
already
derailed.
derailed.
We're already derailed. It's fine. Going back to
So
the actual
one
notes.
other small thing about it is that you guys are also supposed to meet the court prospector for Emerald. She's
Okay.
also going back on this boat. It's
Ride the boat.
I'm on a boat.
Ride the boat.
yeah.
I'm on a boat, motherfucker. Don't you ever forget.
Hopefully this ship doesn't sink. Like one other will.
We'll see what you guys do.
What was it I said earlier? This ship is not Disney Magic, it's the motherfucking Titanic.
Yep. You'll never let go, Jack.
It sinks before it even starts.
So,
That's how it goes.
okie dokie.
Oh, and we forgot to mention we had our payday.
Oh, just one last thing. Me and Brian are reading, B-dubs are reading the chat. It just said my internet connection is unstable. What the fuck? I'm unstable. But me and B-dubs are reading the chat for Twitch. I will not be interacting much with it because I have ADHD at the ass and I need to focus on the campaign. It looks like B-dubs is keeping up with the chat, so if you have any questions or any comments, he will most likely answer them. Also, just know, what is it? Like, metagaming pigeon, please. No metagaming pigeons. Do not influence the players.
I also read the chat. I don't often
Yeah,
get to
Sarah
respond
reads
to
the
them.
chat too. You said that so aggressively, like you police it. Don't do anything dirty in the chat. Sarah will come after you.
Oh,
Person
goodness.
accusing me of instigating underage drinking in the chats right now. It's not what I meant, people. Please understand
Oh,
she's
I
at
already-
work.
I took care of that. We have the disclaimer that this is not representative of people of Earth.
Yes, I saw your disclaimer.
Oh man. Okay, let's start. I'm sorry.
No.
Bethany.
No pigeon noises.
So you guys know that you have to meet Shava and whoever might be with her, because as you know, like most government officials aren't going to travel alone, because duh. So yeah, so you guys know that you're supposed to meet her at the ship the next morning at the dock out of the north gate, because you guys are going to be going up the river, which is part of the reason why they made the magic steamship, so that they can use it to go upriver. But yeah, so you guys know that you have to go there the next morning. Y'all were put up in the Reflection Rune Inn by the queen for the evening, except for Zirin, who slept in the back of the tavern, I think.
Yeah, well,
he
I
stayed
worked
at the other
shift,
tavern.
and then that's what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he stayed at the
Paranoid.
other tavern, I think.
He's very paranoid.
And after seeing that Krog gave up a gym, he's like heightened in paranoia.
He's very paranoid. He tries to hide it. He's very paranoid.
It's hard to hide when you're a ginger elf.
Are we sharing rooms, or do we each have our own?
I think there were enough. There was enough occupancy that, or vacancy, the other word, that you guys could each have your own room if you'd like. I think it was up to y'all to pick out of like rooms on a specific section.
Krog takes her own room.
I think Zinc doesn't mind sharing, but if no one else wants to share, Zinc will take a room by himself. He's basically just gonna be sitting at the window singing somewhere out there. If anyone can roll high enough to receive that. Yeah, and then because he's trying to find his sister, and he still hasn't made any headway on that. But he's an optimist. He'll find her.
You did get an attunement fork for your geode-rod.
Like in Link's Awakening.
Yes. I haven't played that one, sadly.
Oh my god, it's so good. The
I
remake
just
is also
have
good.
Fievel stuck in my head now.
That's a good one.
Somewhere out there.
At first it was the Disney Magic Horn Blast, now it's American Tail stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Oh, see, the moment he said he was singing Someone Somewhere, I was like, oh, from Thumbelina? No, I'm wrong.
It's American Tail! It's a classic! It's about a little Russian mouse who immigrates to America!
Yeah, I've never seen that movie.
It's good.
I've seen Thumbelina, though.
Yes. I love Thumbelina.
It's good.
Anyway, so, morning comes. The night was uneventful, as you might expect, considering that you were sleeping in a high-end hotel, essentially.
Are the rooms soundproof?
Yeah.
Okay.
Heavy metal blaring from Cars for no reason.
No. Like, I just imagine her just, like, listening quietly because she's been in a tavern that the rooms weren't soundproof, and, like, room 7 up above was doing a little something. And she's just like, am I gonna be kept awake tonight?
You mean the old dexterity check? The old charisma roll. The old constitution save.
That would make sure you're not a two-pump chump.
that might fall under strength.
Only 40 minutes in and I've broken everybody.
Yeah.
Admittedly, that happens to me at least 3 times a game. You guys destroy me on a regular basis.
Mission accomplished. So in the morning, you guys wake up, fairly early. If nothing else, like, you know that you have to catch a boat, so I'm guessing that you did the equivalent of, like, I need a wake-up call.
I've started making my way before I think they would wake up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's totally fair. So yeah, if you want to, like, sneak out, like, just before dawn or some shit, and then just go, like, hang out around the docking area. It's just a bunch of guys, like, loading the ship with supplies.
And should I re-roll my disguise kit so I can do it again, or?
Yeah. Because even though like you only had to transfer 4 hours, I mean, it's still like been enough time that you probably have to redo your disguise kit.
Okay. Keep going along. I will catch up with that detail.
So Zinc sort of wakes up fully refreshed. He stretches, hops off the bed, does his morning yoga, and then he's gonna go. He's gonna try to find Crowra.
Alright.
Because if I'm not mistaken, she has a jewelry tool set, right?
I have a what?
Chinese.
You have a jewelry tool set?
Let me see. I don't think she
The one
does.
who bought that was Darren.
I think it's Darren
okay.
who got it.
I bought it at the store.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
She has jewels. She just doesn't have a jeweler's kit yet. She just collects the jewels. She doesn't make jewelry.
Okay. The jeweler's tools are handy.
You can also use the jeweler's kit to take jewels out of something.
Mm-hmm. Or to see if a jewel is worth something, right?
Why did I say that?
Crown needs to do some quick shopping before we leave.
It's Zinc. Hello.
Give me just a second. And because she's doing her makeup for the day, it's outrageously colorful still. Y'all have never seen her without makeup yet, so.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'll go check on Sutha.
18 on my.
Go make sure she doesn't have a horrible hangover or anything.
Baby.
Crow's gonna finish putting on her makeup for the day.
Hi, Sutha. Good morning. Can I come in? Oh my goodness.
What was that
loud noise?
That was me sneezing.
Sutha, should I go get a healer?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. I'm gonna go get breakfast.
Like, Sutha just opens up the door and is just looming over you, and it's just like, you could tell a hangover is in process.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. I need to get you hair of the dog.
Oh no.
We're getting me a hairy dog.
Not quite.
Precious.
I'll meet you downstairs.
I have to go down the stairs.
We have to go catch the boat, so we should probably eat breakfast and join the others.
Food. She just like lunks behind you, just like the apes that are like right before like Neanderthal.
Aww. Baby.
Under his breath.
She was given was a lot stronger than what she's used to.
It was dwarven ale.
Damn it.
That was strong shit. It's fine.
Yeah. Craw
My way around a bar.
Craw finishes up her makeup and heads out of her room to head downstairs to get breakfast.
Okay, Zinc's gonna knock on Flortma's door.
Flortma, have you already been up?
I've already been up.
Okay.
So just open the door and look down.
Hello. Would you like to join us for breakfast? Sutha's a little hungover.
Well, I need to heal her.
It probably wouldn't hurt.
This is gonna hurt.
That's your restoration.
Yay.
I thought orcs were
Greater
resistant to
restoration
poison.
at this rate.
Yay.
Let's go see if Darren's up. And we all walk over to Darren's door.
Darren doesn't have a door.
Darren never
Wait.
showed up.
Oh yeah. Bloop, 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 bloop. Let's meet Darren at the other tavern.
I can just imagine like knocking on every door in the hotel. Darren? Darren?
Darren!
Hello.
Find him.
I was gonna say, but I wasn't sure if anybody else had seen Frozen 2, so I'm not gonna go any further.
Not yet.
I haven't.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll see.
It just
Maybe.
reminded me of something from it, and it's so funny.
So we
Okay,
all go
sorry,
downstairs, or are we gonna move to the tavern collectively? What do we decide? Because if Darren's at the other place,
We're gonna wait on the stairs.
Let's at least get some breakfast before we head out to see if he's.
I was about to say, you guys could probably like snag breakfast, and then we could probably just get you to the boat. Because I would assume that if you went to the tavern and he wasn't there, then you'd be like, well, guess he's at the boat, because that's where we have to be.
Krog grabs like 4 like pink sprinkled donuts, and she has like 1 in her mouth, and she's just like skipping along to go towards the boat.
Okay.
Very jester energy right now.
Yes.
Zink doubles that. Well, he takes 2, and he's like. But before he does that, he's gonna grab a beer from the innkeeper for Sutha.
Oh no, hair of the dog.
Here, Sutha, drink this.
It smells like piss.
Smells like piss. This is piss.
It's not very good, but it'll make you feel better, especially since we're gonna be on a boat.
Oh, right.
What's a boat?
Right, because you are from the plains.
Yeah. I thought we covered this, but it's basically just a big floating box that'll take us up the river.
Makes sense.
It wiggles a lot, so he like tries to shove it into your like knee.
She takes it and like. Do I need to roll a Constitution check?
Yeah, I was about to say.
First roll of the day.
We only didn't roll at all.
I know.
We rarely roll. We just role play.
Yeah,
it's
we
okay,
do.
that's the best thing.
I like role play, not role play.
That's a 7.
But
Wait, no, hold on. That's just a regular 7. I didn't check. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
Wait, I would like to assist, since I'm giving her the beer.
I don't think you.
That would give
can
her
assist.
disadvantage.
This is like.
Wait, what is your verdict? Because I don't necessarily want to tell you what I rolled.
I don't think you can assist.
Okay,
It's more like-
can't assist.
Her body overcoming what she did to it.
The die roll does
nice.
not exist.
Cheer that on.
Have a
Yeah.
9.
We don't have a bard.
I mean, I think I have. Yeah, I can only poison her more. I can't.
I ruled you weren't
I
going to
can't help
count
it.
it beforehand, so you're not worse poisoned. What'd you
Yeah, okay.
get total?
Great. I rolled a 9. So, yeah, she's
Yeah.
I threw up in my mouth.
Wait, if we're getting on a boat and it's her first time and she's hungover,
You're not
Someone's out to get me, okay?
great. I'm gonna say, like, unless you get some kind of Healy thing for at least the next 8 hours, you're gonna have disadvantage on all physical things. Unless we can get you healed up somehow.
Oh, that means disadvantage on attack rolls.
Wait, hold on. The beer that I drank, isn't it supposed to help with the hangover?
I mean,
it's still a bear.
you're still gonna be drunk.
Well, it helps your body recover some of the balance between like not being drunk and being drunk. It like brings your
It's
brings
what?
it like it calibrates.
Okay.
Sorry, Bethany, DM question real quick.
yeah.
The tuning fork, aka the spell that she put on the rod, is actually to find pieces of the rod, right? Not my sister.
Right.
Right.
It's to find pieces
Okay.
of the geocrod.
Okay.
I do not have an attunement fork for your family.
Yeah. So it hasn't. Should I just like remind you periodically if like it's gonna ping or buzz or sing or
Yeah,
hum
definitely.
or...
It
Okay.
says it'll start humming when you're within 1,000 feet of one of the 3 missing pieces.
Okay.
Basically a locate object spell. That's awesome.
Ooh.
Yeah.
A
But for a
non-dying
specific
one.
set of objects,
Well,
Yeah.
which is why it's an attunement fork.
Haha.
Dumb puns.
Damn puns,
Anyway,
damn puns.
So yeah.
Puns.
So if Flortman notices and wants to try to give you a little bit of like paladin-y hands or something, more than welcome. Otherwise, you just kind of gotta get through it.
Embrace the suck.
I'm embracing
The rest of us are going to
she embraces
suffer. The rest of us are going to suffer if she gets sick on the boat. Let's lay some hands.
Clear.
Clear. Boom. It's just a jolt of divine energy.
Oh no, this ain't gonna blow me up. All right, it's successful.
But yeah, if you want to expend, I don't remember what the thing is for, like, if you want to remove a disease or something, because I think you can do that with lay on hands. Or am I thinking of a different ability, paladin ability?
I think you're thinking of a different paladin ability.
No.
Yeah, lay of hands
That
is like a
is
cure. Lay of hands is like a cure wounds thing.
Yeah, but you have like a specific tool for your level.
I can cure multiple diseases and neutralize multiple poisons with a single use of lay of hands.
Okay, cool.
So I can do it.
Clear.
I can skip it later.
Still here, still listening. Be right back.
All right.
Excuse me. So yeah, so Florma does that. I don't know if you just like pat her on the shoulder or something. But Florma does that, and you instantly feel 1,000,000% better, and you do not have disadvantage going forward.
I feel better. Thank you.
Kraw's just munching on her donuts.
Yeah, so wait, Sutha, do you drink the beer or no?
I did. I rolled a constitution of 9 on it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, if you didn't, Zink will, but that's okay. He's just getting his donuts with Craw.
For breakfast. Oh,
Kind of just like
go
looking
back
up
to
at her.
drinking my tea.
finger extended.
Very push paladin that we have.
Exactly.
What the fuck just fell?
So yeah.
Oh, it was a remote. Okay.
So yeah, so you guys get some breakfast in you know, then head out because because it says like on the little tickets that you guys have that the things are supposed to leave at I think it says 9, and there's a magic clock tower in the town, there are actually a few in that case, sorry, because it's a pretty large city. There's some magic clock towers in the town that will actually show what time it is. So you're able to use that to be like, oh look, it's 8:30, we should go.
I'm ready.
I have to plug in my laptop. Give me 1 sec.
Okay.
I can still hear you guys, so continue.
Cool. So yeah, so you guys head out. Obviously, since it's 9 and this is a massive, massive city, people have already been up and about for quite a while. You pass tons and tons of people that are just kind of setting up, for the day, already kind of hawking and haggling over their wares, getting a bunch of stuff sold. That you went before, and heading out toward the North Gate. Sorry, gosh. So as you're getting out there, there be none of the guards seem like surprised at seeing you again. It looks like it's a different ship than y'all had originally encountered yesterday. And you don't see and you don't see Andolin? Arden, no. The guard captain that y'all met yesterday. You don't see them on the gates, so it may be that this isn't their shift or something. But yeah, so you guys head out, and as you're heading out to the North Gate, it's a nice day. Sun's out, all that good shit. You're able to, as you're getting closer, you guys could kind of see the river a little bit, the Emerald River, as you were coming into the city before, but it was a bit more in the distance. Now, as you're coming out of the North Gate and following the little small path around to the actual docks and river proper, you can see it in all of its expansive glory. It's a very wide river compared to some of the others in the city or in the country, in the kingdom. And it is, as its name implies, a very, very deep, deep green, which is just the natural color of the river. It has a much higher mineral content than a lot of the other rivers, which also leads it to have a higher oxygenation rate. And it's got a whole thing about being a healing source of waters and all that good stuff. And a lot of people go to Emerald for the jewelry and also for the healing spas that are kind of set up there. There's a few more in Amethyst Halls itself, but Emerald's the one that kind of capitalizes more on that than anything else. But yeah, and since it's a really, really wide river, it's kind of deep. And that's when you guys first get to see the very interesting magic steamship. I was not joking about that.
By the way, can I say that I gave my ticket to somebody to get my horse back to Rose Quartz while everyone was asleep? Because I'm the only one who didn't put my horse with everybody else's horses.
Sorry, you're letting them know to like return it or to bring it with you?
No, to send it back.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Because
eventually, like they do, like, you know, the Pony Express exchange, basically.
I just want to be clear. I'm not abandoning a horse.
Craw just assumed that the palace was gonna send the horses back.
I didn't take my horse to the palace. I left my horse to the gates.
Fair.
Because I didn't go to the palace.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, you shifty motherfucker. The steamship kind of looks like they have here, where it's a very large, kind of wide vessel, flat bottomed, has a couple of decks on it, has 4 really big wheels on either side of it, and 2, I guess technically steam stacks, not smoke stacks, but you know what I mean. 2 pipes that have very nice, like, vapor kind of trickling out of them. It's moored at the docks that are down here. Lots of activity of people kind of moving around. Deeran, did you wait for everybody else before going on the ship?
I would have been waiting on the dock. I would have been waiting on the dock.
Cool. So as you've been waiting, I'm assuming you've been like on alert at all times.
Yes.
She waits defensively.
always on alert. Never not alert.
And trying to keep an eye out. Keep in mind passive perception of 20.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not kidding. It says 20.
No, I know. You're a fucking rogue, and that's how shit happens. Lord help me.
Oh, I see the universe.
I can see time.
He can see that, but not see the fact that the pink hair girl, like, is completely head over heels for him.
Yeah.
He knows. He just avoids.
He's oblivious to love.
There's a difference between seeing and
believing.
I was gonna say emphasizing or making a deal out of.
Acknowledging.
There we go. That's the phrase I'm looking at.
Damn.
Cold.
My children.
You're as cold as ice.
Has Zinc seen you yet?
I'm sorry, I just looked at the chat and one person says, JM Kitsune says the difference between intelligence and wisdom is a thin line.
Yes, it is.
Really is. God. Deeran, real quick, before everybody else gets there, since you can, see time essentially while you're just relaxing against some boxes.
Yep.
You of course notice a couple of very, very finely dressed women coming toward the boat. They've got a couple of pretty strong looking dudes, kind of trailing behind them, also definitely on the alert. And they're definitely dressed. The women are definitely dressed like nobility, and are kind of.
Philly?
Huh?
Did you just say North Philly?
Nobility.
There we go. That makes a lot of sense. I was like, they're dressed like North Philly?
Yes. I don't know what the hell that would be. But yes.
They're just dressed like Fat Albert. Hey, hey, hey!
I actually knew the guy that character was based off of. He was really, really nice. He was the principal of my sister's school.
Kitty! That's nice. Oh, Kitty!
Oh, hey, Kitty.
Oh my god, my favorite.
If there's one good thing Bill Cosby did was making Fat Albert.
Yeah. Dr. Watts is really cool.
Yeah.
So sorry about that. So you notice these women, they got there maybe 5 minutes before the rest of the team kind of. I don't know if you want to like interact with them at all, but you definitely do notice them, and they seem to be kind of waiting to ascertain that some of their stuff's gotten like loaded on the ship before they get it on, is what it seems like.
Do they seem like the person I would have been described to me as my contact here?
No.
No?
No. Also, remind me of that.
Okay, so the court prospector from Emerald and Amethyst about to head back to Emerald on ship. We travel with her, Shava Leoden.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry, you said contact as though it was like a shady, underbelly person.
I just
that
can't.
Was my first thought of like, that's who you're. I was like, wait, you don't have a shady underworld contact. You didn't tell me this.
No, I don't. I mean, technically, with my background, I probably should have one.
You should, but you don't.
I don't. I burned all those bridges. So
that's why I was like, excuse me. Anyway, so yes, sorry. In that case, this looks like the government official you're supposed to meet.
It does look like okay. I'm not good with the words.
It's fine.
The words and the talking, and the
words and the talking and the noise, mouth making.
Exactly.
Mouth sounds.
I don't know. This
okay,
this
so we're
meeting
meeting.
Really good, but it keeps like occasionally unfocusing, and I don't know why.
See that. I'm sorry.
I don't know if it's just like because of the background I'm on. So like,
no, it doesn't recognize you're there.
Yeah.
That's rude, camera. Get it together.
Camera.
So wait, we're meeting Sir Arnolin and Shava.
No, not Sir Arnolin. That's the guard captain.
Just Shava or Shava.
But Shava is the court prospector for Emerald. So you know that you're gonna meet her, and like I said, government officials don't travel alone. So
yeah, that's fair.
There we go.
Just assume that Craw just has like a whole like to-go bag of donuts at this point. She's just been eating donuts all morning.
Just shoves them back in the quiver so she can pull one out when she needs them.
That's what she does.
I mean, serious jester energy right now.
I mean, the javelin's like port of her quiver never gets used, so it's just housing all these donuts.
She's gonna reach back there one day and pull out an entire fucking baguette.
Or a javelin with donuts like all the way down.
Like the ring towers at Red Robin.
A javelin of donuts.
Sounds great.
No, they're getting patted down for weapons. They just keep pulling out donuts.
One for you.
You recently have a weird ass TikTok about like donut and girth or something. I don't know. Anyway, I'll have to double check that.
We'll talk about that after stream.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, so Darren, this does definitely look like Shava, the court prospector you're supposed to meet, and I guess her retinue. I think that's the term I want. Her people that are supposed to travel with her. It looks like I said, it looks like she has a woman of nobility with her as well, and then a couple of bodyguards, basically. I don't know if you want to approach them before the rest of them get there, but they'll get there about 5 minutes after you see Shava.
I will wait.
Fair enough. So yes, you guys crest the hill, see the big ass, cool ass boat, and are, I'm guessing, making your way down toward like the dock entrance. There's only one like actual gangway up to the ship from the docks. And as you're going down, it's pretty easy to see Deeren because you know what he looks like.
I have the same size as the day before.
Yeah. So he's definitely there, and well, you guys meet up. Do you want to say anything?
Zink is gonna hug Deeren without saying his name. Hi. Hug.
Kra has a donut in. Kra has a donut in her mouth, kind of like goes up.
And Florma just does
Do you have
one.
any more donuts, like in your hand, or just the one hanging?
She's holding a couple in her hand. She's got one in her mouth. You think you see a donut sticking out of the quiver, and she's got like a little baggie.
He's just gonna pat Zink on the head, walk over, smirk, and steal a donut.
I roll to blink.
You have disadvantage.
Oh shit, how can it get worse than that? I rolled a 5. She just, I think she forgets to blink. She's just like,
morning.
She's still got a donut in her mouth. She's like, and she like quickly starts heading towards the boat.
What were you saying?
Before
Just gives a head nod. Not saying anything.
Oh, by the way, did I get paid at all?
Yes.
They're giving you your gold.
At the bar
no,
last
no, for working at the bar.
Oh.
Tips might have gotten in my drinks.
Well, good news for you. I rolled in that 20. So you got 20 gold.
Sweet.
Ooh.
Yay.
I did not expect this character to be such like a money mob.
He's a male version of Exalia.
Kind of is.
He's just gonna be the party treasurer, probably.
We're gonna trust the rogue to be the party treasurer.
Great decision.
Bitch, you don't know my life.
Here's the thing: he knows how to rob the banks.
True.
Yes.
I'm not saying shit.
We're the banks.
I'm not saying shit. You ain't getting backstory from me right now.
Eventually, I will.
Unless the DM decides to deem it otherwise.
We'll see.
We'll see.
So Zink is curious about the boat. He's going to be sort of like looking at it, just trying to figure out how it works.
Fair enough.
People's just in awe because she doesn't know what the hell she's looking at.
Very fair as well.
There's a vehicle on the water. How's it doing?
Kra has traveled so much, she knows how to deal with boats.
Which is good, because I don't know if you'll get as bad of like I don't know, like river legs isn't a thing, like sea legs, but
It's kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Oh, it is? All right,
Yeah.
cool. I don't get seasick, so I legitimately don't know. My ex-stepdad, though. It's okay, though. He's terrible. Anyway, so... so you guys meet all up together. Deeren, do you point out, like, hey, by the way, I think that's them?
Keep going. I'm listening.
Oh, sorry. Does Deeren point out Shava and her people over there?
Yes. Sorry, I got distracted. Yes.
You're fine.
Was it by Karara's beauty?
Always.
As Karara was starting to walk away, he's like, wait, back. Nope. That.
And she starts heading towards that ship.
Okay.
Don't let her 11 intelligence and 14 wisdom and then 15 charisma fool you. She's a fucking idiot.
She's precious. So who does go talk to Shava?
Alright, I think. Zinc would normally be the person, I guess, since he has the most charisma, I think. So
Yeah, sorcerer.
So Zinc, as soon as he's like
friendly as fuck and just likes to talk to people.
Also,
yeah. Also, this woman's very beautiful, so he's like, yeah. So I guess he'll walk up and go, "Hello, are you Shava?"
So as you're kind of going over the three guys kind of are giving you like this, like threat, yes, no, and kind of observing. You see the woman with Shava kind of takes a slight step forward, like closer to her, so that she's just a little bit in between you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And Shava kind of, she's a bit taller than the other woman. For the viewers, I almost said listeners. I was like, I guess anyway. So for the viewers, Shava is, like I said, the court prospector for Emerald. She is an elf of, she looks like she might be a roughly middle age, although, elf is kind of hard to tell. She has kind of medium brown skin, black hair that's up in a really good coily thing, and looks like that.
I thought that was the queen.
No, that's not the queen. That one's Shava. Queen's wearing purple.
And she has purple eyes.
It has purple eyes. So yeah, I don't have a doll of Neria. I thought I had one, but I couldn't find my old doll of her. I go to dolldivine.com, by the way, to make all things, so many dolls of all characters that I've made ever. So if you're like me and like to zen out by doing that, go there. So Neria is as far as you can tell, human woman. She's got blonde hair kind of up in the same kind of intricate coil. She's wearing more bright pinkish kind of stuff with like some deeper rose and white accents. Has like some rose gold and stuff like that on. And really, really big hazel eyes. Shava kind of leans a little bit around and gives you an up and down and looks a little confused.
What is it? Is it the teal hair? Is it the short stature?
Is it the gecko peeking out?
What could possibly be
Gary? Just
hold on, I have to look this up.
So she kind of peeks around. Yes, I am Shava, court prospector for Emerald. How can I help you this morning?
Well, I just want to introduce myself. Me and the rest of the gang, and he sort of gestures behind. We're here, I believe, to join you on the way to Emerald. We were sent by the Queen.
Oh,
My name's Zink.
Sure
I have 10 names, but I won't give you all of them right now.
Excuse me. Yes, you're the Queen's. I'm not quite sure the term for it. Her reconnaissance team, I suppose, for some of the goings on near my town, near my city. Yes. So I'm Shava, as we've ascertained. This is my. Sorry, thinking of word. This is my attendant Neria. She kind of lays a hand across the woman's shoulders and sort of just like she is, and then resumes. we're about to board once we've made sure that all of our luggage is on. It may only be 2 months, but prospector's time is never idle, so lots to do. But yes, you. How many of you are there? I'm not sure. The message didn't carry that information.
Oh, there's just a handful of us. But it looks like it's time to board. Would you mind if we joined you?
Oh, of course. I'm not sure where your cabins are. We're on the upper deck, and should be heading that way shortly. Is everything ready? Neria kind of glances behind at the men, and then back over at Shava, and then gives a quick little nod. They like kind of link arms and then head forward. And again, Neria's kind of. I'm trying to figure out how to exactly explain it. It's not so much that she's like very, very obviously putting herself a little before Shava. It's more like she's just kind of being protective in her stance, like against any kinds of unknowns, if that makes sense. So yeah. So they sort of head forward. And you notice that as you guys are walking, if you're sorry, Zinc, as you guys are walking to the ship, whose side are you trying to be walking at? If that, are you trying to walk next to Neria or next to Shava?
Well, I guess I would be trying to walk next to Shava, but I noticed that Neria. Hold on, let me check my perception. Actually, I might notice that like Neria's trying to be protective, so he in his obliviousness, he'll kind of just like fall in line wherever, and then he's just gonna compliment them really quickly. I love your dresses and your hair. You guys are very pretty.
Oh well, thank you very much. It takes Neria a little bit of extra time in the morning to get everything sort of ready to go, but it always looks so wonderful. And Neria kind of gives her a little like nod and smile and goes, "Oh well, I just do what I can. I've been doing it for a little while, at least 5 years at this point." Wow. Yeah. So you guys head over. Does anybody else join them?
Off the table. I was just gonna say I didn't mention a specific number because I wasn't sure who wanted to be anonymous.
No. I'm within earshot at the very least, so I can keep an eye on crazy gnome who keeps doing weird shit like juggling in front of small children.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, this whole time Zink is like tinkering. He's got something that he's just sort of working on. Of course. But like he's just doing it casually, so it's not like aggressive or threatening.
Aggressive tinkering.
Possibly just while talking to, making all the guards nervous, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just basically like when I'm not talking to someone directly, I'm like.
And Flortma kind of hangs back to let everybody else get on the boat first. And then when he's walking over to the gangplank, you can see him. He stops for a second, closes his eyes, takes a deep breath, and mutters something under his breath. And he's holding onto his sword a lot tighter. And then he walks across.
I was actually going to say that Darren's pretty in the background, but probably not the same way. More like, this is a bad fucking idea. Before getting onto the enclosed space known as a boat.
Zink is like, I'm so excited to be on this boat. It's really cool.
Cross just kind of looking around quietly, and she's still eating a fucking donut.
Of course she is.
She hasn't woken up just yet.
She's still kind of sleepy, even though her makeup and everything is on point. Her brain's just not awake yet.
All of a sudden, we'll hear the reboot sound from Windows. What? How'd I get here?
She's on autopilot right now.
Okay. Clinging to the side of the boat, like, we're gonna fall into the water.
Oh, baby.
What is this?
Do I see that kind of reaction?
Probably. I mean, even your passive's like damn good.
I'm a beast. I'm gonna go over to Sutha. You all right, kid?
How are we not in the water?
Science shit. I don't know. Probably ask Frank. He's better at that than me.
What science? Is he the one holding the boat up? Is he underneath holding us up?
Science is a way
Is
that's
it magic?
world.
I love it. It's so good.
It would take a lot to sink this. I think you're fine. I think you're safe. You probably would feel better in the middle of the boat.
In the middle?
You move less in the middle. Keeps you from getting sick. Come on.
This boat, being on a boat makes you sick.
Some people.
Am I gonna get sick?
How much did you drink last night?
How much did you give me?
I'm gonna grab some salami real quick.
I don't know if that was in character or not.
She's a
Yeah,
lot
that's-
right now in order to get through her problem. Yeah, Sutha's just like, okay. And so she's like, the arms are out and she's just like slowly stepping.
I love how this is also like a giant fucking half orc who's having a panic attack on a boat.
Hey, for the record.
She's from an entirely landlocked area. There's not even like a river near there.
I know, I'm just entertained by it.
Like, she can swim. She just, I mean, because, like, obviously they need
Ponds
water.
and shit.
Huh?
Like, there were probably ponds and shit, and like swimming's a good survival skill, but you've never seen quite this much water at once, and definitely no boats.
Yeah.
It was a pond, it wasn't moving.
Yeah, exactly. Stationary. Stay there. So yeah. So just to confirm, only Zinc had. This is where Brian is for me. Only Zinc has been introduced to Shava and Neria at this point, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. I'm just making notes of like who has and hasn't, since some of you would like to remain anonymous. So, as you guys are getting closer to specifically Zinc, as you and the others and Neria and Shava are getting closer to the gangway, you hear kind of a slightly shrill kind of voice, kind of a pickup from behind. Lady Shava, and you see Shava visibly, and then she takes another breath, puts on a very serene smile, kind of the same one that she gave you when you first came over, and turns and she and Neria kind of turn as a unit, and says, my dear Xiaoming, how fortuitous that you did not miss the boat. Welcome. I suppose we must get boarded. And you see coming up an also pretty well dressed, kind of like a diplomat kind of level guy who looks vaguely goddamn words. Why are words so hard? Our equivalent of, he looks vaguely Chinese in origin, and seems like he's human, not half elf or anything like that. Has his hair in a pretty nice, like slicked back knot that has a very specific kind of ornamentation on it. Roll me a either history or intelligence check. Zinc.
Ooh.
I guess Zinc, or if anybody else is still down on this side of the gangway, they also can. But I think Zinc's the only one at this point.
Well, I was trying to stay towards the back because I don't really like the boats, and I'm trying to stay near Zinc.
What exactly am I trying to
He's got a specific symbol on the ornamentation that's holding his top knot in place.
Is it magical in nature?
It's not, but I need to see if
Okay.
you can recognize the symbol.
Okay, because if I get +6 to magical stuff.
It's not magic.
Okay, I rolled an 8.
It's not a Kingdom City symbol, but that's all you know.
Let's be honest. He's really short. He probably doesn't see the whole thing.
Yeah.
Also true. Dear, you said you were kind of sticking close to Zinc. Is that right?
Well, I don't know what this thing is going to do. It does weird things from time to time.
Am I the thing in this sentence?
Huh?
Am I the thing in this sentence?
Yep.
Very fair. So yeah, if you want to also roll and see if you can recognize the symbol, again, history or intelligence.
Zink is sort of intrigued by this interaction also. Because, like, he saw that she was like...
Is it history or intelligence?
Yeah.
They're both the same. 8.
All right. You're also kind of far, so you probably can't make out any of the fine details. You're not sure either.
So
yeah.
A little bit on the will not go all the way onto the gangplank.
Yeah, like, he's here and you're here.
So where are they exactly?
They are still, they haven't quite gotten, they're about 5 feet from the gangplank. So
they're not on the boat yet.
Not yet, no. Not yet, no.
All of us just got on the fucking boat.
Yeah. So yeah, so he, this guy that she called Xiaoming, he kind of does a quick little, not exactly about, because he doesn't go very far down, but a quick little like me to Shava, and says, "Well, I seem to have gotten a message. It said that the ship would be taking off at 10 instead of 9, but I do see that everything seems to be here, so it's good that I always arrive to places early. So," and she's like, "Yes, it is quite fortuitous and a wonderful habit on your part with as much travel as you do. Now, if you'd like, we should proceed on because the ship will be departing soon." And he says, "Oh yes, of course. And I do have so much to see and report back to my liege about all of your wonderful cities here in Gen Kingdom." Yes, of course you do. And she kind of proceeds on and doesn't really like wait for him or anything. So he kind of comes up, and it's only after she's already like kind of walked a little bit ahead that he seems to notice you, Zinc. And I'm sorry, I don't believe we've been introduced. Are you a new a servant for Lady Shava?
Servant? I've never been called that before. I'm Zink. And I am on an adventure to find my sister.
Well, I suppose that's wonderful for you. Well, I am Envoy Xiaoming, and I do have many other matters to attend to, so I suppose have a grand adventure, small one, and he just kind of
Small
like,
one.
around
Thank you.
onto the ship.
Wait, so am I still on the gangplank, or is Zink like on the boat now?
You were probably like at the base of the gangplank when this happened, so now you're
Okay.
getting up there.
Okay.
Shava and Neria kind of left quickly.
Okay.
Like,
Oh wait,
they kind of left you behind to get on the ship in a way.
Okay. Oh, if that's the case, actually, I'm gonna draw it out a little bit.
Okay.
I've never seen anyone with your fashion sense. Where are you from?
Oh, well, I suppose it is only natural that you'd notice my quite foreign garments. I know that Gen Kingdom has quite a lot that they can offer here, but Pendalin has the most exquisite of some of the fabrics. So you get the best velvet and brocade and, dare I say, some of the best silks, despite what you can get here. But we have all of that in Pendalin, and well, I just have to show off a little bit whenever I come for one of my diplomatic visits.
Yeah.
I know there's so much. There's so much beautiful stuff here, right?
Oh yes, you all have so very many lovely, sparkly little rocks that come out of the ground, and I do dearly love those. But when it comes to fabrics and fashion, and like literally while he's talking to you, he's like petting his own clothes.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna cast prestidigitation to sort of give his like clothes just sort of like a ripple, so I can like watch the light effect. Because I'm assuming he's wearing like brocaded silk and like some other some colorful garments, and so I'm just like, ooh. So I'll squee a little bit and then secretly cast prestidigitation, and then I'll be like,
oh wow, the light really catches when the fabric moves. It's very nice. You'll have to tell me more about Pendulum.
This is one of my favorite traveling outfits. It's so wonderful and makes it such a fine statement of how well made it is without necessarily advertising it to any vagabond with sticky fingers, shall we?
At this point, Kra is up on the boat, probably sitting in a crate, watching this, wondering why the fuck a man is filling up his own clothes.
Zink would actually like to try to make eye contact with either Neria or Shava, if that's possible. If they turn around to like look in that direction like one more time, he's gonna wink at them, but that's pretty much it.
I don't think so. They're pretty intent on getting to their
as far away. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm probably on the boat at this point, just hanging off the railing, watching this like.
Yeah.
Kra's just cross-legged on a crate, watching this weird man feel up his own clothing.
Sutha's just like, Sutha goes up to Darren and just leans, and she just whispers, "We take his head off without mating."
I probably will stop you. He's a tool.
So Zink is as soon as he sees that Shava and Neria are far enough away that they're out of sight, he's gonna say,
okay, well, I guess I can talk to you more later on the ship.
Yes, I suppose since you're on your adventure, as you said, I should go to my cabin. It is unfortunately on the lower level, but it's all well and good. I suppose less humidity will be damaging, or sorry, less humidity will be good for my wardrobe. Yes. So I'll see you later. Small one.
and so he goes to shake hands, and then he's gonna scurry up or actually no, he is going to frolic, like a little skipping a little bit up the gangplank.
My child.
And, he's gonna go to, I think, Krara.
Okay.
She's just like still cross-legged, sitting on a crate, like munching on her last donut for the day. She's saving the others for later. And
bag of donuts.
Who was that weird fellow you were talking to? He's
Apparently
getting kind of handsy with his clothes there.
He said he's an envoy from Pendulum?
Pendulum. Would I know anything about Pendulum?
You've been traveling a bit recently, so probably.
Maybe like a history check.
I'd say a history check with advantage, because you have been traveling a lot.
Ooh, I'm gonna need that advantage. 7.
You know that it's the closest country. Like, Gem Kingdom is entirely, it's Australia. It's entirely encompassed by water. But Pendalin is the largest continent, and many countries, but its largest continent, and takes its name from the biggest kingdom within that continent. It's about 2 weeks voyage, give or take.
Essentially Asia.
Know a whole lot about Pendalin itself. You just know that it's about 2 weeks away by boat if you leave from Pearl.
I don't know if I've overheard them at all, but would I know where Pendalin is?
If you were close enough to see what was going on with Zinc and Ming, then yes. So you can also see if you know, and again, you can do history with advantage because you probably should know.
I mean, I feel like I would know.
Crossbones blanket.
I keep 3 down here just because basements suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got my Snuggie.
Oh, Dom's in the chat, by the way, and he says tool is an understatement.
Nah, guys, you gotta be useful to be a tool.
So far, this guy is not useful.
Zinc might try to raid this guy's closet, just to say.
No, I'm an 8. I got nothing. I got an 8. I'm rolling shit tonight.
Everybody's rolling terrible.
Tonight?
8.
We haven't had combat in 5 sessions.
8.
You know,
I know, but like the dice are just like, no, you know nothing.
You know my rolls are good every other game, and I had a damn good game last time.
I'm gonna switch dice here.
Well, since
Boxes, dice, material.
Since Ming has to walk past me to because I'm waiting for Zinc, I could get a look at his
Yeah.
Headpiece.
Say codpiece.
Just keeps it on his head.
What'd you get?
7.
Okay.
Everybody's just doing terrible tonight.
It's too early. No one's really awake.
This is the Price is Right.
The price is wrong, bitch.
It's amazing. This is.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Go back. Anyway. Okay, so again, the most you guys know is that apparently this guy is an envoy from the continent nearby. That's all you got. So yeah. So he passes you guys by. He doesn't seem to have any actual like bodyguards or anything like that with him. You're not sure why that is particularly. Who fucking knows?
Yes, we do. He got ditched. He got ditched.
Almost.
They tried to ditch him. It failed.
Yeah. So he comes onto the boat and heads out for his cabin. Like you said, it's on the lower level, not on the top level. You're guessing from the fact that Zinc knows that Shava and Neria are on the top level, that most likely that's where the VIP or like just more pretty people.
The elite cabins.
Huh?
The elite cabins.
Yeah. That's where the elite cabins are. The penthouses, or whatever you call them.
Have we found out where we're staying yet?
Yeah, it's on your ticket. Because you guys did get actual tickets for them. So it looks like you guys are sharing. Let's see.
All I hear is sharing, and I'm like.
You guys are sharing probably 2 rooms. Yeah. 2 rooms, and they can fit between 2 and 3 people in each room, depending on like what you do with the cots in there. So yeah, y'all can work out how you want to do that, but you have 2 rooms to share, and not really any luggage. Whatever you guys were carrying is still with you.
Yeah, I just have my little Dungeoneers pack.
So yeah, you guys are on the lower level. You're toward the you're like smack dab in the middle of the ship, honestly. So, what have you.
Well, that's good.
But if you've got you've actually got like a little window that looks out over the this small bit of deck and then onto the rest of the river. So yeah, so if you guys want to go put like your stuff down in there and then move around the ship, you're more than welcome. If you want to keep your stuff on you, you're also more than welcome. It's whatever you want to do. So as y'all are heading to your cabin, there's a couple of blasts from the from like some kind of whistle or something on near the front of the boat, and like a couple of rings from a pretty big bell. And you hear this. We feel more than hear this deep kind of rumble from the core of it, and then you hear the steam kind of start hissing a little bit louder as it's coming out of the stacks in the top, and all of it kind of comes together, and you see those big wheels start like slowly moving and like getting into motion, and then they go once, twice, and then they start getting a lot easier, a lot smoother, and the dock kind of slowly, as you're pulling away from it, it kind of clears off, and then you guys start kind of moving, everything starts going a little bit faster, and by the time you guys actually like get to your room, it's the ship's moving at a pretty steady kind of pace. I have no idea how to measure speed on water. I don't know what the equivalents are. You're not moving like speedboat fast, but you are moving, I guess, a little bit faster than like traveling on a horse would be.
We're making a little bit of wake, but not too much.
So when
you
these
measure in knots, nautical miles?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
A few.
Oh.
You're going a few fast.
Few of them.
So,
A few of them.
We just knew who left the fucking river.
This is too entertaining. Like, I'm gonna just sit here and watch you try to figure out how many knots we're going at a time. This is amazing. I'm having so much fun with this.
At
Math.
least
Math.
a potato's
Math
worth.
is evil.
A potatoes.
well, okay, as frame of reference, an aircraft carrier's top speed is about 46 knots.
Okay, not that. Not that.
How about like 21? That was the speed of the Titanic.
When it hit the iceberg.
2 weeks across the Atlantic. Yeah.
Let's see. This Emerald's
a decent sail is about 15.
Let's see. Emerald is about 60 miles from. Emerald's about 60 miles from Amethyst Halls, which means that's about a day's travel by horse. You're supposed to, and that's like one day where you travel like basically, I guess, 12 hours or some shit. I don't know. But if you're on this ship, it's supposed to be just a bit, because it is still kind of a leisure thing, but it is still supposed to get you there faster than if you would travel by horse. So it's only gonna take you about a day to get there, but you will probably still get there. Like if you left at 9, you're probably going to get there at like 5. So 60, like 5-ish miles an hour.
One second. I'm gonna.
Okay.
Hey Siri, how many nautical miles an hour do you have to travel 60 miles in 8 hours?
1 knot is
math question.
1.15 miles per hour.
About 5 knots.
Give me a fucking answer, not something about Kyle's converter.
4 knots.
1 knot equals 1.15 miles per hour.
All right, 4 knots.
1.15.
4 miles an hour is how fast we're going. We're going fucking
going
slow.
4 knots.
Yeah. And this just goes to prove my point. My coworker who was trying to say that D&D was Satanism, like, no,
It's math.
Math.
It's math, which is evil. It's evil math. Done. Satan. That's how they got to that
We dropped
conclusion.
3 viewers in the process.
I'm so sorry.
Admittedly, one of them is me because I had to jump off of it. So I'd like to throw that out there now. I'm about to jump back in. You're about to gain one again. My bad.
Fair. Sorry.
That's fine. That's it's just so funny. They're like, oh shit, there's actual math going on. I don't want to watch this.
If a ship travels at 4 knots per mile,
I'm gonna learn y'all some algebra today.
how much math do I have to do? Yeah, see, math is not
So-
allowed after 2 p.m. on a
So-
Friday. Agreed.
So we're going
Agreed.
4 knots. It's a pretty leisurely pace. It's very nice. And as you guys are kind of heading out, there is a there's a couple of things that you can definitely do on the ship. They have like a little a dining area set up that also has little. There we go. They have a dining area set up that also has like some drinks and stuff like that, like at a little bar in there as well. They've got like some games like fantasy shuffleboard that you can play on the deck. They've got some fishing poles set up if you want to try your hand at fishing, because why the fuck not? And then there's also just a bunch of people that you could talk to if you so chose. And you guys do still have to potentially, whoever else is going to get introduced to Shava does still have to do that. And you guys do know that you're around Emerald once you get there. So, if you want to get any information about Emerald before you arrive, this would be a good way to get some of that.
Is Corbin half elfman on the boat?
No.
Okay. Then Zink's probably gonna just want to talk to. He's gonna want to go straight for. He's gonna go for it. He's gonna go talk to the lady if anyone wants to go with.
I want to go with him, but moving back a little bit. Once the boat starts to pull away from the pier, the dock, Flortma kind of stumbles for a second, stops and grabs the handrail and mutters under his breath again. Stands there for a second and then keeps going.
Oh, poor Flortma.
I have notes for Flortma now. Flortma, I'm learning. Flortma doesn't like boats. Cool.
Cross just probably sitting in a corner somewhere. She's just gonna sit and wait for the whole boat ride to end. She's bored. She's in an enclosed space.
With rich people with lots of jewels.
And she has no jeweler's kit. She's just grabby hands, but I can't.
When we first start going, Aaron's gonna go try to get up to the top deck. And just look around and kind of try to enjoy this, despite the fact that it's an enclosed space.
The top deck is kind of set up for not exactly sunbathing, because I don't think that was really a thing before the 20th century, but it's set up so that you can have a nice, you can take a nice little stroll around the deck in the sun, and it's nice, and there's little chairs and things and stuff like that.
So basically
it's set
the
up to be
Titanic.
Yeah, kind of. So it is set up that you can do that if you so choose. And most of the people up here do look like they're still pretty finely dressed, so most likely they're going to avoid you because you aren't like them.
Hey, I stole some really nice looking fucking shirts.
Not this nice. Not this nice. This shit has actual gold sewn into it.
I have a new job on this boat then.
To steal some more shirts?
I need to blend in wherever I am.
Would you like to borrow my fine clothes?
Are you nearby and offering this to me as I sit there, everyone dressed really nicely?
Sure, just remember it's all black with a black flowing cape.
How's Sutha doing?
How's who?
Sutha just started day drinking.
I just imagine Sutha in the the middle of the boat as far to the center as physically possible so that she moves the least.
See, I just kind of pictured like Sutha has a little red ball with her, and she has the ball in the middle, and like it goes this way, and she's sitting there like Indian style, just watching it go back and forth.
Cross like on the back.
Please tell me you're up on the top deck doing that, because that's where you get the most tilt.
Yep. Totes. Middle of
So
everyone.
watching
We're
you
just
watch
watching. Because
the
like even
ball.
if she's like 7 feet tall when she's sitting, she's like 4. So
That's still taller than Zane.
I know.
And if you think about boats going back and forth, it's going forward and backwards, really.
It's kind of going.
How it hits the wakes.
Oh yeah, because river, there's no.
You're not having waves. You're only going to be running into other boats' wakes, so it's going to kind of kilter. I love it.
So Zinc is up top also. So if anyone is up top with Zinc, he's just kind of like, wow.
I think Cross the only one not up top with her. I had her stay down on her crate, like towards the back.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
After staring off into space for a little bit, I'm gonna look around and just see if there's anyone who looks like they are drunk enough to get talking, or just gossipy, or anyone we can ask questions about what might be going on.
Or we could just ask Shava.
That's very direct. Darren doesn't do direct.
Wait, are we together, or are we kind of like all doing our own thing?
Well, I thought you and I were going to talk to Shava.
Yeah, but I was gonna try to get everyone together who wanted to.
So do you just go looking around for everybody then? Because that probably.
Well, yeah,
I'm at the front.
Clara.
I'm at the bow.
Okay, if Clara was gonna not partake in the Shava part, then he just kind of like let you hang out in the cabin.
Oh, she's back at the stern of the ship.
Okay. Are you up top then, or are you still in?
She's like still down on like the first couple of decks.
Okay. Okay, and then Sutha, you're directly in the middle of everything.
She's being tsundere at the moment.
It's like, Okay, so Zink's gonna walk over to Darren, in disguise, and say, excuse me, stranger. I've always wanted to sit at the bow of the boat and do this for some reason. I've heard it feels like you're flying.
Think, are you asking me to pick you up?
Well, actually, I wanted to know if you wanted to meet Shava with the rest of us. Kara said no, so that's one person less. And aside from me, she's the most colorful.
All right.
Take offense to that. I'm green.
Says
You're
Sutha
not
from
there,
the
you're
corner
getting
watching
drunk.
her ball on the floor.
Look, I play with the ball.
Okay. Well, Florma and I are gonna go now. If you want to come with us.
All right. We have some questions need answering. Might as well.
Yeah, I didn't tell her you were with us because I wasn't sure if you wanted to be known.
Yeah. True. That's all right. I'll come with you.
Okay. Just one second.
And he runs over to the bow of the ship and goes,
That's where I was, by the way. I was at the top level bow. Yeah.
You were like right above like the little pointy part that like sticks out. And it's
Basically.
like, yeah, like where the mermaid statue usually is or whatever. Just like
No,
benching your weights.
he's so cool. He's the Fonz with the record player machine, you know?
We're on a boat. Hey.
Hey.
Hey. Okay, so after he does that, We're gonna go find Sutha.
Deck, play with the ball.
She's at the top deck, still playing with the ball.
Okay. Hi, Sutha.
I got something in my eye.
Well, there's lots of bugs out here. That happened to me on the bus on the way to work, by the way, and it was really awkward because I was just like, and people were like, "What the fuck is wrong?"
I think Leo flicked something in my eye because he's sitting in my lap.
Oh,
Okay, what?
it's probably just a cattail. We're gonna go talk to Shava now. Would you like to come with us?
I wouldn't scare her off.
I don't know. She seems unfazed by things that are different.
She
doesn't like
any of us off yet.
She doesn't like that envoy though, for some reason.
But the men that I'd easily rip the head off of.
Yeah.
What? Why would you do that?
Because he's a tool.
She doesn't like him. Don't we want her to like us?
Oh, well, he seemed
Yeah,
nice
have you
enough.
ever been in a war where you bring the head of your enemy to your other enemy that was the enemy of your enemy, and then they become your friend?
If I had a copper,
He backs away. Sutha, I don't think that's how everyone does things.
Well, how do you do things?
Normally, when gnomes fight, we just sort of wrestle or use magic, and then we go like sing and dance and frolic.
I would like to point out that that's not normal either. Please do not follow that example.
Darren just calls that out from the bow of the ship.
No, I followed him. I followed.
Yeah, but Zig also like looks up at her or at him and says, "Yeah, but I don't want her cutting off heads while we're on the ship." Anyway, we're gonna go meet Shava now. You're welcome to come with us, but you don't have to if you don't want to.
All right. I don't have to hug her, do I?
No.
All right, I will go.
Yay!
Can I bring my bowl?
Of course.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm waiting
in fact...
for the moment where y'all allow Sutha to have a pet.
Oh my God!
How's Gary doing?
Gary's still
Gary's
good.
Gary's still in the shoulder.
Look at, he's got a bow tie.
That bow tie is so adorable. Can you please just let me borrow your cat for like a week?
No, he does not feel good on car rides. Imagine how he'd be on a plane ride.
DM, I have a question.
Yeah.
Cross staying back towards the stern of the ship. She's not heading out. I'm able to see like the banks of the river, like on both sides, right?
Yeah.
Right. Kra is just gonna keep an eye out just on the banks of the river, just for traveling reasons.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Keeping an eye out for threat just in case.
The boats settled into roughly the middle of the river because there's not really a lot of waterway traffic to worry about. So it's roughly in the middle of the river because that's what's deepest. So the I don't know exactly how wide the river is, but the shores are visible. They're just it would be a good swim. But you can clearly make out some stuff as you're kind of going along.
All right. Just keeping an eye out for any threats that it might have ranged weapons.
Very fair.
Because she works with ranged weapons and knows that you don't have to be close to hit somebody on a boat.
You do not.
So yeah, she's just gonna stay on the stern of the boat and just still keep watch. While her brain is now finally caught up. Just after that like error Kra not responding moment, she doesn't want to be seen in public.
Oh, that EXE has not started yet.
Yeah.
Page error 404. They got found. Oh, I did not mean to make that a pun. Hey, the bag still exists.
Yeah, I just started diving into it.
Ella.
Yeah. In the meantime, she's also just playing around with the black opal that she got, but she's like just keeping a watch of the shore.
Cool.
I think
I
totally
have a
would
cat
love
video
that.
playing on a really big ass TV right now. I have a video for like cat entertainment, and Leo is just like bird.
Love it. We can only see his ears.
Fraggles for my dog.
Baby.
So Zink is going to say to Sutha, so
Your cat's about to pounce your TV.
basically the Shava lady is the Ramis of Emerald. So hopefully she doesn't have a doppelganger too.
Well, how can we be sure she's not the doppelganger?
Unfortunately, we can't just attack her. But we should keep a close eye, because if they're able to infiltrate one city, we never know. They might be able to infiltrate another.
I'm wondering why Rose Quartz, out of all the cities they could have picked from, like Emerald, or this city, why Rose Quartz? What was the goal?
That's a really good question that I don't have the answer to.
Proximity.
Well, Rose Quartz is practically right smack in the middle of the Gem Kingdom.
And it's
Right,
close
but
to Amethyst.
she wanted, the lady, whoever she was, wanted specifically to keep an eye out on Rose Quartz if anything should happen. But as far as we were concerned, anything that would happen in Rose Quartz would be her doing. Unless she does not actually control the Black Ooze.
You know who we could ask? Ramis.
Who?
We'll have that stone. We have the sending stone. Ask him.
Yeah, we can see if he can give us information about that.
The gentleman who would not survive a mating?
No, that's
the envoy.
we're talking about the prospect at Rose Quartz.
The mayor.
Oh,
Please don't try to mate with him, by the way.
I haven't heard anything from him.
No. Do we want to talk to this Shava character first, or do we want to reach out to Ramis?
Well, we're not going to be far from Rose Quartz when we're in Emerald.
Well, we have the device that can talk to him.
Yeah, we have the sending stone. Or you have the sending stone.
Oh, I do, don't I?
Yeah, very specifically, you have all the things.
Would you like to
Bag of
him?
holding, so.
Hold on, guys, look at.
Look at Mr. Chunko.
That TV's not 5 much longer. It's about to get pounced.
Yeah. I love it though.
Funny part, he's never been outside in his life.
At this point, he doesn't care.
Cat is so cute. I can't handle it.
He usually likes the videos of like the laser beams or the string, but I'm trying to give him a little bit of nature.
Yeah.
We could put Ratatouille on
Ratatouille.
Thank you.
Nah, he doesn't like cartoons. He likes nature videos.
Well, I figured you know the rat.
Any videos of mice?
Nah, he doesn't do mice. Like when I lived at my parents' house with him, my parents had mice in the basement. Never once did he catch a mouse. In fact, I'm pretty sure he's scared of mice.
Oh, baby boy.
There's a squirrel
someone
coming.
decided that we should have the cat should have their own window.
Seconded.
So, are you guys gonna do a quick sending stone combo with the mayoral prospect or with the mayor of Rose Quartz, or are you gonna go talk to Shava? Which one?
I think that we should talk to the mayor, Ramis first.
What are we going to ask him? We only have, 25 words?
Mm-hmm.
I think we should just ask him directly. Why does he think someone would want to keep an eye out on Rose Gold?
Or how he was doppelganged, if that's the right word.
Wait, we got that story before.
It sounds a little bit wrong, like really wrong.
Why was you doppelganged?
I couldn't unsay it.
I regret not having Craw in this conversation now.
I'm kind of happy Craw's not in this conversation.
Yeah. I said a bang, bang, bangity bang. I said a bang, bang, bangity bang.
Bang, bang. Anyway, so, which by the way, Craw, if you ever decide that you want to get a slightly more elevated view, you do know where the upper deck is.
Alright, yeah, she wants to get a better view of, like, the banks and everything, so she may move up a couple decks.
Oh, look, there's your party.
Okay, well, we can meet
She
her,
comes,
like, on the
she
way.
walks up right as Zink is just like, what if, did we ask him how he got doppelganged? And she's just like,
I need to join this conversation.
Oh,
I feel a disturbance in the force.
how are you?
I do know the right. What's going on?
Why don't we go talk at the front of the ship?
Why?
Right back where we were. Great.
Wait, oh, there he goes.
Yeah,
There he
Zink
goes
is just
again.
trying to. Yeah, of course. Zink's just trying to find a spot that it's not easy for people to listen to us. So I mean, it's not the best spot, but at least we can like look around and see if anyone is like paying attention to us.
Is anyone? Should we run a perception check on that?
I would like to.
You are? Roll.
Ah!
16. I got a double digit.
13.
Yeah,
2.
That's 2.
2.
No, boo, 2.
Thanks to my expertise in perception, which has a plus 10, is a 17.
Yay! Okay, so Zink's gonna keep watch for a second while we figure out like what we're gonna say to the prospector.
The people that are up here on the ship don't seem to be paying you a whole lot of attention. Shava and Neria don't seem to have come up here yet, but you can see that Ming is reclining in one of the chairs, roughly like midway on the deck up here, and is just kind of leaning back and has like a glass of something in his hand.
Is he wearing a caftan?
A what?
Is he wearing a caftan?
What's that? Sorry.
Like sort of like loungewear.
Isn't it like a muumuu?
It's yeah, it's like something that like you would wear at home, like while you're like just sort of like relaxing in the salon.
So his PJs.
Yeah, it's like
Well,
Got an umbrella drink.
Yeah, they're not always diaphanous.
Fruit on a kebab hanging out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the male version of a muumuu.
Oh, this is nice.
All right, then yeah, sure. It's definitely made out of very fine silk, though.
Right, pause for like a second because my bladder is yelling at me.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's take a 60. I'm gonna run a 60-second ad.
Yeah. I'm actually good.
While you do that, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get myself a snacky.
It takes 4 hours to use the bathroom here because the elevators are so slow.
That is a caftan.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And I'll be right back.
It's like the crypt keeper collection here at the hotel I'm at because there's like a bridge convention. Oh my god. It's just so many old people all in one spot. It's pretty fabulous. I've never seen so many bridge players in my life, let alone a bridge player before, so.
Hello. How can I help? You were sleeping so soundly on the pillow. Why now? Must you come over here?
Why haven't we seen Catbutt yet?
Give it a second. Oh, no, okay, he's decided to just sit as close to me as he possibly can and giving me little licky kisses. Hello, smile. Hello, dummy. You look so sleepy. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You do.
I want like 10 cats right now. I keep like debating whether I should get one, but they're still doing construction on my room, so.
Oh, fair.
Do it. Get one.
I know, they're so cute, but I'm usually gone for like 9-10 hours a day, and I work sometimes 6 days a week, so I don't know. I want to get 2, but I don't have enough space for 2. Talk about cats.
Fair.
I missed a conversation.
Cats are very self-sufficient.
My story of my life. I missed a conversation.
Fluffy kitties. Soft kitty. Happy kitty. Oh my god! Look at that kitty.
I started cleaning out my classroom.
Oh.
So much stuff. I just brought home a bag of kids' books. It's not even half of the selection I have at work, and it weighs a fuck ton. It's huge.
Damn.
Yeah, I love books though.
Same.
I mean, you could always donate them if you feel like you're not going to use them.
I got 2 going on 3 nephews.
Okay, yeah.
My sister-in-law.
I mean, you guys know libraries always accept book donations, and if they don't use them for the library, then they'll usually use them for like book sales, which help fund the library programs and stuff.
Yeah.
I might end up doing that with the books that I know that the boys already have.
Mm-hmm.
Or my sister just got married this year, so soon enough I'll have more nieces and nephews.
That's true.
I know she doesn't have like my sister-in-law is a teacher, so I know they've got a collection, but my sister won't. So I'll have tons that way. And there's some books I'm just like, I found a book. It's amazing. It's a kid's book called Samurai Santa.
What?
I'm dead serious.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
It's about a little boy named Yukio who really wants a snowball fight on the first real snow on a beautiful snow day, and none of the other ninjas want to play with him because they're trying to be good little ninjas and practice. So he's mad at Santa. Santa's ruined his snowball fight, so he's got to chase away Santa.
That sounds like a logical conclusion.
Yes. It's Santa's fault that no one will play. Santa must be chased away.
Oh my god.
It's actually a line in the book. It's amazing.
Yeah, that sounds...
It's a giant snowball fight between the ninjas and an army of snowmen.
Oh.
Raised by Santa. It's really cute.
I would pay to see that movie.
It's adorable. I love it. And then every single time I've got a bunch of little 3-year-olds screaming, "Banzai!" It's fantastic.
Are you still going to volunteer at the library? You could like be a reader at the library.
I might volunteer with a reading program.
And I'm not sure what A26 is. They always talk about it on Critical Role, but I might actually look into that too. If I have time with the 4,000 D&D campaigns of 2020, which is a lot. I'm excited, but also a little scared.
All right, and I grabbed in food, so I'm not hungry.
Yeah.
Yay! Although we need Sutha's rage.
Why do you think Kra's been keeping a lookout?
So yes, you guys are going to message the mayoral prospector, right? Ramus?
Yes.
Yeah, that's his name. All right, what you gonna say? You have 25 words. And his reply will be 25 words.
I honestly think we should just ask him directly, like, why would someone want to watch out over Rose Quartz compared to Emerald or other places?
Also, how are you doppelganged?
Also, how are you?
Yeah, best wishes.
I thought we got the story of how he was doppelganged.
Yeah, I thought we did too.
I don't remember.
It is possible. Yeah.
I think so. Because that's the thing with doppelgangers. It turns out that if they just show up and then incapacitate you, and they then look exactly like you, so no one even notices you're gone. Unless they slip up and somebody notices because they do or say something that they should or should not do.
Well, I'm guessing he was studied for a bit before he became doppelganged.
Because somebody was asking him questions about his family and things.
Yeah, the doppelganger was keeping him around so that he could continuously question him and make sure that his disguise was airtight.
Right, but you would at least have to observe him to start off with.
Mm-hmm. And since he could, look like anybody.
He could even look like one of us.
Mexican standoff music.
So yeah, you guys can say whatever you want. Sync is already not paying attention.
He's counting his hands right now. He knows.
Craw has been keeping just an eye out on the banks of the river the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see anything?
Just normal traffic as far as you can see. Maybe some caravans from time to time, but nothing that's been setting off your spidey senses, so to say.
My cross senses.
Someone would keep an eye on rose quartz is 14 words.
Mm-hmm. To 25. So if you just want to ask that question, that's fine. Just let me know, 25 is the limit.
That question followed by, how's everything been going?
Okay. 18.
Yeah.
And how are you?
How are you?
I'm not that.
Are you doing well?
This is why we don't give Zinc the stone.
Hi, it was really good to see you. I liked your whipped cream. We're out of words now.
Zinc, ask the question. Zinc, stop. We're out of words.
Stop saying the message. The spell ended 5 minutes ago.
This is gonna be on the bill at the end of the month.
Okay, so you guys send. Do you guys send that of?
Don't think of the dad in the background. Do you pay the phone bill?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm texting your friend from China.
In your opinion, why would someone pick rose quartz to infiltrate compared to another city, basically? And how are things there now, right?
And how are you?
I test rolled my pretty dice because they've been rolling shitty. And
Did
my
you roll that 20?
A natural fucking 20.
I'm very sorry. I hate when that happens.
I'm so mad.
You gotta be careful with the dice fiddling.
Why? Why do you do this to me?
All right. So, Lortma, are you the one using the stone? Cool. Sorry, I'm making notes to myself here too. So you send that, and then there's like a brief pause, and like I said, you can tell when you pick up the stone that it is currently being held by someone, so they're going to receive your message. So yeah. So you send that, and then there's a brief pause, because you have the option to select your reply before it happens. And then he says, unsure. We're fairly unsure. We're fairly remote, but still near big cities. Could be a test or trying to get a foothold on somewhere small first. I'm fine.
How are you?
So he has the option to send from his end, basically, and his then send thing comes really close on the heels of that one, of no new spots since you left.
I love to think that is too. Like he's sitting there with his hands.
Honestly, that's what I would do. It's been fairly quiet. What news do any spots seen anywhere else? And told Queen yet? And this is why D&D needs chat speak.
Link has so many ideas, but he's not gonna say.
We met Queen. She hired us to investigate going to Emerald.
Spots diminish outside of your city. I mean, do we need to tell him that?
We can.
Fuck.
Can I make an insight check real quick, Bethany?
Yeah, on who?
On the mayor, the one we're talking to.
No.
Okay.
One, because this is all because of the way that sending works. It's all going into.
It's going
directly.
to Forma. Yeah. Okay.
And also,
But
it's basically you're getting a text message. You don't.
Yeah.
Have any thing to insight.
So really off the table, I was trying to speculate why he wouldn't have used the code word. And I rolled a 20, but not a natural 20. If you want to give us that information. But I will let you.
I forgot about it.
Probably that. Also, I don't think that I would have had room.
That's why I chose chartreuse, because. But it's long and weird.
Weird.
Okay. Carry on. It's all good.
We can retcon that I included in the first message because I did legitimately forget.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I forgot.
Chartreuse. Pineapple. Banana.
So yeah. So you guys send him that info back, and also that the spots reduce once you leave, like Rose Quartz radius. I don't know. Okay. Cool. Okay. So yeah. And so that's the the stones are now have been expended. You can now talk to them again at dawn. Because they just get one use each. So yeah, so good news. Sounds like no one else has been death spotted. The strange sequel to Death Stranding.
Yeah, no one's dying. That's good. Those weird spots were really gross. Anyway.
Still officers, no information. Might as well just go talk to this Shava woman.
Agreed. Let's go.
And we go to her cabin.
Or wherever she is. We're gonna find her.
Yeah.
We will
She's not
find
up
the
here.
Shava.
She's not up here. You're not sure if it's because Ming is up here or just she doesn't want to be. But she's not up here, so you're probably guessing that your first bet would be to check cabin.
Do we ask like the first maid or whoever's like about?
Yeah, there's there's a steward about who looks like he's collecting lunch orders or something from the handles, the door handles on very nice parchment.
I would
Maybe
like.
we should get some lunch.
You have to go to the dining room.
Okay.
Brie spread
Caviar.
with
Lux.
some summer sausage.
Want some capers.
Just a nice charcuterie plate. I can't say that word ever.
Want some
Charcuterie is
schmear.
a hard word. Honestly, you have to like. All right.
It's so
here's
hard
how
for
it's
me.
It's the charcutest word though.
No.
Listen, I don't want to hear it. Dom sends me puns every day because he knows they annoy me. Okay.
Oh no.
That's funny because I annoy his wife with puns all the time.
Oh,
Like-
good to know.
On the daily. She's always just like,
I actually have some appreciation for puns. I do, but he's sending me really bad ones.
Oh yeah. So, you guys ask one of the stewards who directs you down to the cabin that's frontmost on this floor, which means it has the most windows and the best view. So yeah. So you guys go down there. The door is closed. Looks like their order's already been taken because there's not a little thingy on the door. I guess, Zink, do you knock?
oh yeah. And I'll use prestidigitation to make it sort of like, instead of like sounding like a knock sound, I want it to sound like melodic, almost like wind chimes being struck. So,
All right.
however you want to do that.
Okay, gotcha. You do that, and you aren't really able to hear like much from like inside the cabin itself. They probably have like fairly good soundproofing on these as well because luxury. But within a couple of seconds, the door kind of cautiously opens. And she looks and sees you guys, and then looks down and sees Zink, and he's like, "Oh, okay."
Hi,
This guy
I brought
again.
my friends. It's lovely to see you again,
Neria, right?
Yep, Neria. Neria. Okay.
Oh, I spelled that way wrong.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I added a Y.
I put a Y after the N.
All right.
Do you mind if... Are you guys available to talk right now?
She turns and she glances over her shoulder and then turns back to you and says, "Yes, my lady should be able to receive you, especially as it is only your group."
Oh, yeah, I know. That envoy sure can go on about a fabric.
he and Neri like opens the door and kind of gestures you guys to kind of to go on in. You
Nim would be like, all right, come on in, Ming. But Darren would not.
Yeah.
Nim's a prankster. Darren's cool.
Oh my god, I'm so excited to play. Sorry, I'm
Me
just
too.
really excited.
It's been
Okay.
on my mind.
Yeah. Back to you. Back to this.
Sorry.
Today's campaign.
I'm gonna stop derailing us. Okay.
Alright. My computer's being fucky. Hold on.
Yeah, mine was earlier.
Don't freeze.
Frozen the
Don't
best
freeze.
way. Hold on.
Backup account. Backup account.
It's actually kind of cute how you froze.
What was I gonna say? Fuck nuggets.
So did you hear Trump thinks people flush their toilets 10 to 15 times each use?
Well, that just snapped me out of what I was reading.
Piece of.
Careful, we are on stream.
No, I'm behaving. I'm behaving as best as I can.
So wait, should we go extra extreme? No, I'm just kidding. I also, I'm glad things are going the way they're going, but also I actually felt bad that, there were other world leaders sort of like making fun of him in public, possibly, allegedly.
I'm keeping my mouth shut right now.
Non-political note, why is We Want Stargate trending right now on Twitter?
Something Stargate is trending?
Wait. Hashtag We Want Stargate is trending.
Stephanie!
Find the fuck out why! I want Stargate!
I asked and the response was, duh, because we want Stargate.
We want Stargate! Who doesn't want Stargate?
What?
Stargate Origins!
Oh, Joseph Malazzi organized a tweet storm for it. It was only supposed to be for an hour, but we kept going.
Because we want Stargate.
Yes.
I guess some people only want SG-1 and Atlantis.
Atlantis, SG-1, and the original movie. Kurt Russell.
Stargate Universe was good up until like the last season.
It was good for that one actor whose name always slips my mind.
The
Skin in Once Upon a Time. And voice in Castlevania. The fuck is his name?
I love Castlevania.
What character did he play in once?
Huh?
What character did he play in Once Upon a Time?
Rumpelstiltskin?
Oh yeah, he had.
Robert Carlyle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Paige, your face was really funny.
I'm
I'm
half zoned out, waiting for Craw to like eventually see something while y'all are figuring out how to talk to the mayor, and all I hear is Rumpelstiltskin is hot, and I'm like,
Don't say his name one more time.
By the way, Dom, you are absolutely right. I'm definitely going to start pulling Stargate sounds for our Space Australia tag. That is amazing.
So now that my internet has decided to come back, so you guys are going in to talk to Shava about Emerald and all the shit that's going on down in there. So she lets you into the or Neria lets you into the room. Shava is resting, or not resting. She's seated on like a little nook alcove thing, window seat, where like, because there's literally like the wall facing forward on this ship is just windows.
All windows.
Yeah, just windows. So she's there and is kind of just reclining back against some pillows on there. It's
Has it been an hour, by the way, since we've been on the ship?
not quite. I don't think so. For remind me what everybody's passive perceptions are.
20.
Low. Your passive perception is 20.
Yes. I am broken.
Yas, queen.
14.
You perceive all the things.
I perceive the end of the universe. And
Basically. Sutha, what's yours?
13.
I'm 12.
Wait, we were rolling for perception?
No. What's your passive?
Passive.
Oh, passive?
Perception.
16.
Nice. All right. Yeah, Wiz.
I have the lowest.
Okay, so I think anybody that has a 15 or higher passive, so in this case it's just Diran and Flortma, notices that where Shava is reclined against some pillows, there is an additional pile of pillows next to her, and this the little nook thing looks like it could pretty easily like fit 2 people. And the other thing of pillows looks like it has recently been kind of messed with, had something on it, or someone. So
had my suspicions when we first met them.
So yeah, so Shava's got like a small book or something, and she puts it down. She doesn't get up from her position though, and Neria goes over and just kind of stands near Shava, but doesn't sit back down. And
stands Neria. Her.
How dare you?
No, that one was good. That one was good. I'll give you that.
So Shava says, well, I suppose I should have expected a bit after meeting Zink here, but you're quite the colorful bunch, shall I say.
Thank you, Shava. It's good to see you again.
Kra is just thinking, tell me something I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, look here, honey, sweetheart. You're gonna need to do this over there.
Yeet the cat.
There's a nice pillow over here that he can lay on. He does not need to sit almost directly in front of my camera and have his entire back.
Very simple.
Rustic
Stick a box
annotation.
next to your computer.
Yeah.
You
honestly.
have a cardboard box.
Not now. Not anywhere nearby.
I know you just got one. I know you just got one. Didn't come in another box?
I know, it's already in the recycling. It's already broken down.
That was a mistake.
Yeah. Oh well. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so she kind of looks from face to face. So what exactly did you want to talk about?
We're trying to figure out what is going on in this country with these dark necrotic lights we've been seeing. Do you have any information, or have you heard of these?
Well, I know what I've heard from the queen. She had passed on some of the message that she had gotten from somebody about something that was seen at Emerald. It's part of why I'm going home right now. It was quite fortuitous that it coincided with my annual return, but I don't know that I know much more than you do. From what I've heard, there have been some strange dark lights, as you call them, that seem to be riling up the the masses, as it were. I heard as well that there was something in Rose Quartz to that effect. But we are fairly close to Diamond. I'm sure that at least some of it has to do with some new spell channeling, something that they're always practicing and revitalizing up there. So I suppose we'll see once we arrive in my fair home. But it honestly, it's probably just being blown a bit out of proportion.
No, we've seen the dogs. Quite deadly.
Yeah, I almost died.
These rumors that you heard from the Queen, what exactly was the message?
It was something that she had received from a runner or something from Emerald that was saying something about some black spots that were popping up around the town, around the outer area, I believe is what it said. But everything it had mentioned seemed focused specifically on it was what was it? It was something about it was on a lot of trees or lawns or things to that effect. So it sounded more like some kind of plant fungus or blight that had just gotten a bit out of hand.
Well, it's a little bit more complicated than that, and he goes on to describe what we've seen so far, including the child rescue. He shows her Gary's tale, and
They're living evidence of everything at this point. Whenever someone talks about spots, we're like, Gary.
But have you seen his tail?
I'm gonna say while you guys are talking to her, if anyone wants to, they're free to roll like a insight or something check to see like how she's taking this all in.
Can
Her
I also see how Neria's taking this?
17.
Nice.
I would like to roll perception on the room, since now that we were in here, I'm already like looking around at other stuff.
Okay.
More closely looking for like dangers.
I'm in danger.
15.
Also 15.
Sorry. So Paige got a 17. Who got what else?
15.
15.
15.
15. 17.
11.
Huh?
11.
11. And Sutha?
Oh shit.
Actually getting the dice out.
I got a +1 for good pun.
12.
I mean, hey, we all got a double digit. That's awesome. Maybe knock on wood. Good stuff.
If you're gonna say that it's over, I'm gonna end you.
And that's what we.
That's it. That's the campaign.
That's it. That's the campaign.
The ship sinks and we all die. The end.
Suddenly bears.
Why did this die?
Why? Not like this. Sorry.
So while you guys are talking, Shava does she seems to be keeping up a pretty impassive face. Like she's absorbing everything that you're telling her, and she's definitely like listening to you guys. But it doesn't seem to be there doesn't seem to be anything like she's an elf and she's been in politics for a while, so you can kind of tell that she's used to schooling her features. So you would never want to play poker with her because honestly you're not sure what the fuck's going on in her head. Not able to read anything. Huh?
Okay, she's just like,
I really need to get off of TikTok. Makes me wonder what could be going on in his head.
Exactly. But yeah, just very, very kind of stoic, kind of just considering. Neria is a human and much younger, and thus seems to be a little bit more readable. But even then, you can see that she is a little bit she's a little bit surprised and maybe a tad like concerned. But neither of them are making any like out and out overtures, like no like gasps of surprise, no like pearl clutching, nothing like that. They're just kind of they're just kind of taking in the information and processing it. So yeah, and Brian, you said that you were kind of observing the room to see like what's going
15,
on.
yeah, just a quick perception check just to see if anything was out of place or if there's anything unordinary or
Okay.
if they're inordinary. Or out the windows if there was something happening.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a casual like, what's going on?
Gotcha. So you can see that this room, while pretty luxurious, is also pretty standard. So like their luggage is kind of like in one area, but they're not like unpacking or anything like that because this is only a day trip basically. It does look like they have brought in a couple of plants that you hadn't noticed them like carrying before. So they were either sent in before or like brought in with the luggage. But they're you can tell that they're like actually luggage because they do have like a little tag on them. But the
Their luggage.
But you can the reason that they draw your eye is that they've got these really like nice little they're kind of like mini shrubs that have these nice little flowers coming off of them. Flowers are like bright pink and white and like a deeper rose, which is kind of reflecting the colors in Neria's dress. And they smell a little bit they're pretty strong for such small flowers, and it kind of smells a little bit like an apricot as far as like the scent of it goes. But that's about the only unusual thing in the room, because everything else that actually like belongs to them is in their luggage, which is still sealed.
And the room,
it's still like
the
all
room seems chill. Okay.
But yeah, but they have a very pretty, very well taken care of flower. So there's that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look at that.
Okay. So as you go over, Neria kind of takes a moment from the explanation to tell Nova. By the way, do be careful with that. Very nice, but if you do touch that, wash your hands before you touch yourself. It's not very kind to people.
What is it?
What is it?
Oh, it's a lovely flower, as you can see, but we do keep it on one of our higher shelves. It's it's actually where I derive my name. It's a Nerium, Nerium oleander, I believe this one is called.
Oleander.
Those are poisonous, are they not?
Yes, quite. But they're just so lovely.
It does smell nice.
It does indeed. At least the smell isn't anything dangerous. But like I said, it's only, if you actually ingest a little bit of it, which I would ask you not to eat a flower that you just found somewhere. But
Oh, don't worry. I had donuts for breakfast.
Our friend here, he doesn't quite understand social graces.
What he said.
So yeah, words are hard. So Neria actually, like, while y'all are continuing talking, now that you brought up attention like to the flower, she goes over and gets like a little kind of golden colored watering can.
Mm-hmm.
Word I want. And kind of like sprinkles a little bit of water in on the plant. So obviously it's quite well taken care of. And you're also very aware she is careful not to touch it at all. What was my hair doing?
Okay.
Anyway,
Zink's gonna make a mental note of that, but continue. He's just gonna chill.
Cool. So Shava, she's taking in what you're saying, but you're just kind of getting the feel that while she's understanding what you're saying, she's also not giving it a whole lot of weight. It's kind of like she's kind of holding off until she sees it for herself, maybe. But like, despite what you've explained, she doesn't sound any more concerned or swayed toward the gravity of the situation, kind of thing. So she mentioned, which is that she sort of mentions again, like, well, I do thank you for updating me on what's going on with this. I do need to see what exactly is supposedly happening over here. I will admit a sudden surgence of some kind of strange, never before seen spell casting by an unknown assailant that no one can detect seems a far more fanciful story than simply Diamond is getting a bit too big for its britches and trying out some things that maybe they shouldn't be.
Have you heard rumors coming out of Diamond?
There's always something coming out of Diamond. I mean, it's where all of the weapons and war things are made, generally speaking. But generally, they keep all of their testing to what is it called? I think they have these tunnels under the city, from what I've heard about. That supposedly that's where all the testing occurs, so that it's only in a contained area or something to that effect. But it's hard to tell. I'm sure there's somebody who wants to go out and try something under the open sky. We'd all like a little more freedom from time to time. I'm sure you're all aware.
Sounds dangerous.
Well, that's part of the joys of developing new war casting techniques, I suppose. I've never been drawn to Diamond much myself. It's just such a bland stone. There's not much to it, not especially when you can think of all of the other colored stones that we have across the entirety of this kingdom, especially amethyst, as we're all aware. A lot of people love the amethyst.
Well, I find all stones have unique qualities that make them truly something to appreciate.
As Zink says that, Craw just reaches in her pocket and just like holds onto the black opal that she has in her pocket. And he says that.
It's very true. But yeah. Yes, of course. Every stone has its uses, and diamonds are wonderful when it comes to the kinds of martial applications that they're interested in. It's just I don't know, the kinds of brute force techniques that go into most of the war casting is just so gauche.
Gauche, I love it.
So what?
I'm sorry, just gauche. I love that word. Très gauche.
So she says that and kind of like leans back a little bit and says, there are always much better ways to get what you want than simply beating it out of someone, you know. But that's neither here nor there. Sorry, as you know, we will be arriving a little before supper time to Emerald. And I'm sure that we'll see whatever's going to be going on there once we get closer. Is there anything else that you wanted to discuss about that?
Is the fancy pants guy there or no?
No, he is upstairs sunbathing in his not pajamas. Captain, that's the word.
The captain.
Who has the letter with the lipstick on it?
I think Flortma does.
Flortma has
What?
the letter. I have the symbol from the cultists.
Okay. And the lady we're talking to is Shava, or is it her assistant?
Both.
You guys have been mostly talking to Shava. Neria is still there and will kind of pitch in from time to time. But Neria has since kind of moved over to a little bit of plant upkeep, plant care.
Plant parent.
Plant parenting. So
Plant
she's like, she's
parenthood.
watering it. She put on like a small pair of kid skin gloves and is doing a little bit of pruning. It looks like, and is putting like the clippings kind of in like a special little bag. You're guessing she probably doesn't want to like leave that here.
I think one of us should show the letter with the lipstick to Namir, just because she's the one who knows some stuff. Maybe she knows where it came from.
Can I also approach Neria and point to the bag and be like, "Do you mind if I have that?"
Eyebrows. Like,
I'm just curious about the plant, honestly.
You do understand why I'm a little concerned. As I mentioned, and as I told your friend, it is quite
It's dangerous.
toxic.
It'll hurt you.
That's why I'm asking for the just not all of it in a container. I have a glass vial, just a couple petals.
Well, I suppose you can have this bit of leaf. It takes a little more than this to actually harm someone, but sure. I suppose so. But yes, oleanders. If you're, I guess just don't eat it or lick your fingers after touching it. That's why I have these.
Keep it away from the donuts.
Very much. You definitely don't want someone to eat that. Well, unless you do want them to eat that. But I do hope the queen hasn't hired someone like that.
Makes a mental note of that as well.
Crow's eye just kind of twitches.
Did you give me?
So yeah,
I guess, wait, hold on. When she says that, I would like to do an insight check, just casually.
On
Neria.
Okay.
Yeah. I rolled a 22.
Damn. All right. Cool.
You know everything.
I know a lot of the things. Mostly when she mentions like, unless you do want to poison someone, I kind of want to get her like, is that why they have this flower? Is she like an assassin? Like, what's happening here? She seems a little sketchy.
So you're kind of paying attention when she says that, and it's very, very, very quick. Honestly, if you hadn't rolled so high, but if you hadn't been on the lookout for something, you probably would never have caught this. But you can see that when she says, unless you do want to poison someone, the way that she kind of, because she kind of like chuckled at that like it was a joke, but you can almost see this there's just a slightly sadistic edge to that smile. It's very quick. It's gone very, 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 very quickly. But you definitely saw just a flash of it. So.
Okay. So as she finishes saying that, Zink's gonna look up at her and go,
Okay, I'll have something for you before we get off of this lovely vessel. Just try to find me, or I'll try to find you before we disembark.
Oh, well, that sounds lovely. I expect since you'll be in Emerald at the Behest of the Queen that you'll probably be staying in our manor anyway.
Oh yeah.
And Shava kind of nods. I already sent ahead. I already sent ahead for the servants to prepare a few chambers. Everything should be ready by the time we get there.
What was your role for that, by the way? The insight?
Oh, me?
22.
Just to see if I caught that too, I rolled and I only got an 18.
You do not.
I do not catch that?
Mm-mm. He seems fine to you. Weird joke, but people are weird. So yeah. Okay. Anything else you guys want to ask him?
No, Zig's also gonna say that to Shava that he'll have a gift for her as well before we disembark.
Okay. She kind of nods her head quite nobly. Well, I do thank you for that. I look forward to see what you come up with. Any other stuff?
Yeah, it seems like you don't like Ming. Is that his name?
Zhao Ming.
Yeah.
The envoy?
Yes.
Up on the sun deck.
So what's the tension between you two?
Yes. Ming is. He's the envoy for Pendalin. He's been here, goodness, several times over the past few years, continuously plying the suit for the Crown Prince of Pendalin. Oh gosh, sorry, I have his name right here. Cao Chen. And despite our Majesty's refusal each and every time, he still insists that he will find a way to turn it around and find something that will make her want to agree. So far, he's not been successful, and that has not deterred him in the least. And he goes and sees a few different cities each time that he comes in to visit. I unfortunately drew one of the short straws, and mine is his first stop this time.
So he's vying for what?
He's basically the person here trying to be like, hey, you should totally marry my kingdom's prince for these reasons. Please. No, I'll be back next year with a new list of why you should totally marry the prince.
He's like
Please.
the matchmaker and that obnoxious guy from Mulan, all rolled into one.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Speaking without permission?
Recite the final admonition.
Ah, Mulan.
Okay.
So yeah, so she just goes, he's simply an annoyance, but he is a diplomat, and therefore we do have to offer him at least a little bit of hospitality while he's here. Thankfully, he should only have to be in my city for a few days, and then he will supposedly be heading. Oh, what was it? I believe he may be actually heading to Diamond afterwards. We both got the short straw this time. But luckily for them, the court prospector for Diamond was able to leave before Ming was scheduled to travel out. So, lucky them. But that's all it is. He's simply an annoying, unpleasant person, and I don't wish to be around him any more than I have to.
Understandable. Seems like a prick.
Putting it mildly. Oh, goodness, if I hear one more recitation of all of the advances of Pendalin silk, I'm going to find some of it and give it to him permanently. Anyway, so on that one, she sort of like sits back up to compose herself. You guys hear a pretty distinctive like couple of bell rings, and she kind of looks. She goes, "Oh, well, it seems like that would be. Sorry, that's the lunch bell. Our food should be arriving soon. Although I don't have any extra order time, I'm afraid."
Oh, I apologize for the intrusion.
She has donuts.
Kra just smiles like she's like, I have no idea what's going on, but I'm gonna act like I do.
We'll leave you to it. But it was really nice talking with you, and we'll see you before we disembark.
Of course, you as well. Have a lovely meal and enjoy the rest of the voyage, I suppose. So Neria, sees you out, closes the door behind you. You can see like a cart with several covered trays already like coming down the hall from the other end. And y'all know that the dining room's down on the lower deck. So what do you do?
As we leave.
Kra once more is just keeping an eye on the banks of the river.
Okay.
Part of me wants to steal more leaves.
From inside the chamber or the cabin where both of the occupants currently are.
I said part of me. I didn't say I'd do it yet.
I haven't had Kra try to steal a gem yet. You can't hone down on her for that.
That's fine. What?
Zinc will provide the distraction for that. So he's gonna bow, and as he does, like little butterflies and other winged insects that are pretty or like people like instead of like tarantulas. I hope
like
they don't fly.
Dragonflies.
Yeah. So he's gonna sort of like bow and like use prestidigitation to create this sort of like magical effect that sort of just like flourishes around him.
Oh, that's lovely. You can roll sleight of hand with advantage because of that to see if you can get a small amount more.
Fuck me, don't fuck me. Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay.
What'd you get?
There's a cat tail.
Cat tail.
That's what she got. Is a
Cat
cat tail.
Cat tail. 21.
Good job. Thank you. So while this very lovely, to be fair, like on the TV show, we see all of these iridescent, multicolored, like little insects and butterflies kind of buzz about. Some of them like land very gently on you and like then disappear in like a little puff of glittery, sparkly stuff. It's lovely. Both of them are actually like visibly enchanted. Like, oh, that's so sweet. While they're doing that, you are able to kind of reach back real quick and I guess like just snap off like the end.
I was gonna say if there's any like that are not like they're still like at the bottom of the pot, or that I can just kind of scoop.
I want to roll and see if I see him doing this.
Go ahead.
Eat my 21.
Natural 1. I'm blinded by the light.
He's blinded me with magic.
A butterfly flies into your eyeball and glitter explosions.
So I'll say that you're able to reach back and just grab like a pinch of it from like the little bag that she's been gathering the clippings in. How about that?
And I put it in a vial.
Yes.
Wipe my hand.
Thank you, Leo.
Campaigns are constantly derailed by cats, and I love it.
Sorry.
I also love it.
You guys see his butt? My bad.
Booker, you have to let me throw it if you're gonna do that.
Okay, so
So yeah, so you get some, put it in the vial.
yeah.
And again, I do want to emphasize, your character does have to wash his hands before you can touch anything near your mouth or eyes.
Okay.
Like legit, or you're going to have to roll a Constitution check.
Okay. How much do I get?
You
Poison, mushroom.
You're guesstimating, given how she was acting, that you probably have enough to brew 1 dose of whatever the fuck this produces.
Okay.
And again, it's in its basic form, unless you're trying to add other shit to it. But like, honestly, like oleander are legitimately toxic to humans in not large amounts. Like, it doesn't take much, as far as I remember. So yeah. You have pretty flowers though.
They are beautiful.
Just don't ingest them at all.
Deadly.
Yeah. Yes, Booker, I know. There you go. Booker's not great at playing fetch, but he tries. Anyway.
So yeah, I'm gonna go back up to the upper deck, but I'm gonna sort of like just smile in Darren's direction.
Are you gonna talk to me or talk to Darren?
Oh, I was so I smile at Darren, but then I like my plan is to go talk to Ming again. Not for any like information, because he's gonna be at the next city, so just like casually like talking about fabrics and stuff, because like Zinc is an awkward individual, and Ming doesn't seem to have a lot of friends. He's kind of like, I'll keep this guy company.
You try to have a conversation. It ends up being him is just expounding on, as Shava had mentioned, the wonderful and amazing qualities and beautiful essence of awesome that is Pindown.
And what are those? No, I'm kidding. That's fine.
I'm not gonna make you all endure that. I'm just telling you, this is a 20-minute monologue from this man that you have strapped yourself in for.
I'm just like,
Wait,
I walked away after like the first 2 minutes.
where I'm at, so
after the first 5 minutes, Kra walks back to the stern of the ship.
It's like, you know what? I don't even know if I could do that with my interest.
She's about to be like Rose and jump off the fucking back because she hates herself so much now.
What time is it?
spoiler alert.
Okay, it's getting close. So I'm gonna do a small time skip. So it is lunchtime, like I mentioned. And eventually, Ming does kind of remember, like, oh,
I washed my hands. I washed my hands.
Good, glad. So you guys go have lunch. It's fairly uneventful. It's like a buffet kind of style thing. So it's tasty, but and I'm sure Sutha is able to get as much as she wants, because it turns out they kind of plan for people to eat a whole lot of food. It's the whole leisure thing.
Okay.
So yeah. After lunch, after lunch, after lunch, you guys part ways, and it's like roughly like midday or whatever. And who would be the first one of y'all to maybe go back up to the sun deck?
Zinc.
Yeah, Zinc doesn't really like being below deck when there's like so much to see.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he's also been working on like 2 small projects, so he needs an hour for each one, roughly. So, and then Yeah, so if 2 hours have passed, then he's probably done with those. And it's just like
Okay. Cool.
whipped cream.
Kraz is back on the stern of his ship again, just keeping an eye out on the banks of the river.
Gushy. So, so Zinc, when you go back up there, eventually, Neria comes back, actually like pops up on there and is kind of looking around and then sees you. And she kind of comes over and she says, I have a bit of an odd favor to ask you. I'm not sure
hi,
exactly.
Neria.
Hi. I'm not sure exactly how, but one of our smaller day bags apparently got mixed in with Ming's luggage. I guess because of his whole he'll be a guest of the state thing. Could I maybe get you to go get it from him?
Oh, sure. What does it look like?
It's, as I said, it is just a small day bag. It's pink and green, actually, much like my dress. It's mine. I just don't want to get stuck in a long conversation with him unless I absolutely have to.
Yeah, no problem.
I can bring He's like the praying mantis that needs his head ripped off.
I will
Wait,
go.
are you also there?
Yes. This will be fun.
Truth is still watching the ball roll around, randomly piping in.
Yeah, I'd remove his head, but we don't feel like he'd be good for mating.
No, he really wouldn't. There don't need to be more in any form.
I'm sure that his mother loves him very much.
That's
so mean.
But does he scream like a girl?
Wait, yeah. From the stern of the ship, does he scream like a girl?
Does someone owe him a new pair of slippers?
Ming's just going, what did they have today?
But yeah,
so yeah,
she says,
Zink agrees. Yeah,
I will gladly trade you some kind of pastry or something once we arrive at the the manor. I just
Zink is in.
Awesome. So she thanks you quite a lot and says, once you got it, just bring it back up to our cabin, and we'll go from there. We're supposed to be arriving in Emerald in about 3 or 4 hours now, I think. Thank you very, very much, by the way. And then she just
my pleasure.
Heads on back out. So yeah, so do you go to Ming's cabin?
I don't trust
yes, but first, who's the roguey one? Is that Krara or is that? Yeah. Okay.
Not
so
Krara yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
Darren's the rogue.
So
I'm anxiously waiting for us to level up.
Where is Darren right now?
I'm probably hanging out back with Kra.
Okay.
Oh shit!
Okay. Well,
wait, hold on. You guys need to roleplay that.
Area.
Just a little bit, yes.
Huh?
I just need to know what that's like real quick.
Well, Kra's just kind of quiet, and she's just like scanning the banks of the river.
Darren's just leaning on the back railing, doing the same.
She's just like she's absentmindedly just twirling the black opal in her hand while she's just keeping an eye out.
Do I notice the opal? I don't know. I don't remember if I noticed the opal last time.
I don't think you did. All you noticed
noticed
was that she had an emerald missing.
Actually, I think you showed it to her last time, and you guys like had a conversation about opals.
Oh yeah, I did. I just like was trying to be casual and everything. Like, have you ever seen a black opal before?
Oh yeah. Now I remember. But my insight picked out that you were not being as
truthful,
as casual as you thought. But I just didn't say anything about it.
Yeah.
I let it go.
You should be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. But yeah, she's just twirling that around her fingers. And it's actually about the size of this D20 too.
Ella.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm gonna pull out my dagger for half a second.
Do I see him do that?
And then put it back.
Do I see him pull a dagger on me?
Not on you. I just pull it out and look at the hilt and then put it back. But
do I see what's on the hilt?
Keep it hidden.
Were you trying to be stealthy about that, Deerin?
Usually, yeah. I'm pretty secretive with it.
Okay.
Well, I'm assuming at this point she's kind of spacing out, but I notice her playing with hers.
So I'm gonna have you, Deerin, roll me sleight of hand.
Okay.
And you, Craw, roll me perception. Just flat rolls, not advantage or disadvantage either way. Just flat rolls.
I can't read that.
Did you get a nat 20?
Different dice that I can actually read because I
not a nat 20, but I did roll a 22.
Damn. What?
It's gonna go right in the chair.
Did you crit fail?
Oh, baby.
Ooh.
Oh.
You drop it on the deck.
Please, no. I can't lose this.
No. What happens is you go to put it back and
you stab yourself.
The ship like hits a little thing like just a bit. It hits like a wave a little bit. And so your thing.
Scabbard?
Dagger?
It misses the scabbard.
Yes, it misses the scabbard and you kind of go and that extra motion draws Craw's eye directly over to like, the fuck is that? And then you put it in the scabbard. Or in the sheath.
And then she gets the big anime eyes and the little sweat tear and the emotion.
Good long look at your dagger.
Are you trying to stab yourself or something?
Well,
I mean, I've heard of people jumping off a ship, but not stabbing themselves on a ship.
Have you listened to that fucker go on about clothing?
I thought it was pretty weird how he's like feeling up on his clothing too.
Make anyone want to stab themselves, really?
You're right about that. And she just like kind of awkwardly looks away a little bit because she doesn't know what to say after that.
Hide it back under my shirt and go back to looking out.
Is that when can that be
They're
when
like
I walk
an
up?
awkward school couple.
I know.
By the way, since you actually did get a look of it, it looks like that.
Ooh.
Kind of.
Ooh.
But the stone at the bottom there is onyx.
Do I recognize the onyx?
I'm gonna say because it's you and gemstones, yes. You know it's onyx.
Is it the
it's
one
pure,
that is
it's
it the
pure
one
black
that
onyx?
Is it the one I gave him though?
You gave me
No, because that was obsidian.
Oh, obsidian.
Onyx,
Yeah. I can't remember if it was onyx or obsidian I gave him.
Yeah. No, this one is this one is definitely onyx. You can tell. One, it's pure black onyx. There's no banding. There's no anything else like that. And
so this is like the top quality shit right here.
Yeah.
I just kind of look at him like, where'd you get a stone like that?
family heirloom.
Family heirloom. You better be careful not to stab yourself with that or lose it.
Yeah. Can't lose this one.
Is there more of a story behind it besides being a family heirloom?
Not really.
Shit! Fuck! I just imagine she just drops her own stone on the damn deck and she says that out loud. And it's not like her accent that she has. She's like, shit, fuck. And like, her accent changes a little.
Any story?
Wait, what?
What's your story behind that one?
It's just a stone from my hometown, black opal. It's worth 20 gold if you want to know more.
Just curious.
Just a little reminder of home. So I stole an amethyst. So I decided just to pick up a souvenir. Why are you looking at me like that? Do I sense like he's onto something, like he wants me to say something more?
That's up to you.
She's just like, okay. This is like legit has me flustered. What the fuck?
He's not the kind of person who's gonna force it out of anybody.
Yeah.
Let me know when you guys want me to come up, because I'll approach whenever you guys are finished. I don't want to interrupt this chemistry, because it's not at all.
Well,
it's not at all jarring.
It's awkward and unstable. That's what it is.
It's problematic.
Very. Like, two
So
very chaotic beats.
Gonna like force anyone to say anything that they don't want to, but you probably would get the sense from him that he knows you were lying the other night. But he's now looking back over the water.
Would I be smart enough to know this though? Let's see.
That's up to you.
Intelligence check.
Roll it out.
16. Oh god.
I feel like
I get the sense you think I'm hiding something.
Everyone's hiding something.
True in that. What is it you think I'm hiding?
Your life.
Doesn't everybody hide their lives from other people?
Exactly. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to.
Well, now I feel like I have to say something. It's like called reverse psychology or something. I heard some person say that while I was when I first arrived at Daggett. Something like reverse psychology. At this point, she's just kind of like rambling now because she's nervous.
Yeah, he's gonna interrupt her. Huh.
What?
Really? I don't give a shit. You don't want to tell me? Don't tell me. You want to tell me? I'm here.
she's just like the hamster in her brain just kind of died.
it's spinning with the wheel now.
It's exactly that.
Spinning all of death.
Oh, it's just a windmill of anxiety going on in her brain right now.
No bad.
Now's the perfect time for Zink to show up.
And Zink walks up.
Hi.
Oh, hi, Zink.
Sorry to interrupt, but I have a favor to ask.
What is it?
Do you guys want to go talk to Ming?
No.
Oh.
No, I don't.
No,
Zink-
really?
Zink looks up at Darren and then whispers,
Well, you get to take something from him.
Do I hear him whisper?
Oh yeah.
"Oh yeah, I'm not being stealthy about it. Well, I am for like the people behind us on the deck, but like between the three of us."
Take what from him?
He relays that we're supposed to retrieve a bag and that it belongs to Miria, and he also says, this is just for the sake of brevity, that he suspects that we should probably take a look in that bag before we give it back to her.
So you don't actually need me to speak with that fucker. You need me to steal from his room.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't think anyone here likes him. I just find him interesting.
You would.
He sort of like glowers at you.
I don't think that was a compliment.
And then he like says,
Okay, I'm gonna go. If you want to follow me, we can go and talk to him now.
You know where his room is.
She told you.
on the lower decks.
Okay, so she told us exactly which room it was.
Yeah, because they know because they don't want to go there. It's like 5 or 6 down from y'all's.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just
we might have to cut this kind of soon.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
cut it now and then pick up.
Sorry.
Yeah, we get started back up with us basically Mission Impossible into his room.
Okay.
Our dice rolls tonight. It might be a good idea to just start.
yeah, we don't need combat just yet.
No.
So
I don't need a stealth in the shit if I'm gonna be rolling natural ones.
So real quick.
I'm just anxiously waiting to level up still.
So I'm guessing I'm gonna railroad just a tiny bit here. So you guys go down to his room where you know like he's supposed to be. Knock on the door, and you don't hear anything inside. So potentially you've just got to like pick the lock or something. Because if he's not in there, that's even better, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you go to get to turn the knob, as before or like as you're trying to pick the lock, it does open. So that's cool. So you open it up, and you automatically know something's wrong. Where we get this shot of Ming slumped over the table in his cabin. There's some papers and stuff there. There's some tea that's been spilled. He is not moving. It's dark in here.
Fucking leave.
He's been.
You're gonna get blamed for something.
And he is not breathing as far as we can tell because the shot hovers over him for a full second before it goes black and credits roll.
Oh shit! That bitch poisoned him.
We're so gonna be blamed.
Why would a political figure do such a thing, especially when she has the murder weapon in her room?
Because she let
obvious link.
Because she let the rogue take some.
I'm gonna go to jail.
I'm gonna go to jail.
We're gonna have to bring you from jail.
Well, technically, Craw and Zink will be his accomplices.
I'm gonna die in a jail cell.
I'm gonna go to jail. I'm gonna
go to jail.
I gotta call you later, babe. I gotta go to jail.
Tell the kids I love them. Bye.
So yeah, so that's what we'll make up next time.
Oh my god. Don't be suspicious. Okay, guys.
I'm so suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Alright, guys, thank you for tuning in to Kingdom Chronicles. That was episode 7. If you're just coming in at the very last second, I will be uploading the entire episode tomorrow night onto YouTube. Turn to page 394. I'm sorry if at one point I seem like I'm dead. I think I did fall asleep for just like a half minute.
Sorry, baby.
It's okay. I was wrapped up in a blanket burrito and I was just like, ah. That's basically Craw's whole mood. She's just
I was like, is she sleeping? It's Craw, it's fine.
Yeah. Just imagine like Craw just fell asleep standing up during all that.
Sleep, roleplay.
Yeah.
Which one is it?
I'm just starting to wish that could we get just XP from role playing, because I feel like we should have gone up 2 levels.
You guys are always getting XP from like stuff. I'm just telling you like when you've hit the level up point.
I need to level up soon so I can go rogue.
Not quite yet.
You don't want to go rogue right now. Rogue's about to go to jail.
Well,
Rogue's gonna die in jail.
There's not a jail on the leisure cruise.
If Disneyland has a jail, a leisure cruise has a jail.
Yeah, they'll probably
I want a Mickey Mouse police badge because that's what they have. I know that's what they have. I need one for me.
Guys, I gotta the night short.
Wait. Bridget, your nails are beautiful.
Thank you.
Super cute. Okay, that's it.
Alright.
Bye.
Thank you all for stopping by.
Bye.
We'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.